Morg's muted if she's saying anything.
More mute.
I'm here. I was just laying on the floor with Pandy.
Good,
I'm ready.
good. Worthwhile use of time, I think.
Very needed.
All right. Beyond Baldur's Gate, beyond Neverwinter, far to the north, teetering on the very edge of the world, lies a place called the Icewind Dale. Our heroes finally emerged from the tunnels below Tourmaline into the Dwarven Valley, a deep and quiet trench carved into the earth. Though great walls protect them from the worst of the blizzard and howling winds, the chill can be felt even here. The shadow of Kelvin's cairn looms in the far distance, its shape only just visible due to a sickly green light cast from the auroras. The moon cannot be seen here. But still, the sky is a luxury when faced with aberrant creatures that crawl up from the deep depths, abrush with danger, and a group of sickly, weakened drow that have never seen the surface. Great dwarven walkways and stairs carved into the stone stretch before you, lining the walls of the valley up and down. The surface is slick and unsteady underfoot. You're not sure what you expected, but perhaps not total silence, with contraptions and lines hanging slack and still with hanging icicles. It doesn't look abandoned exactly. There are tarp-covered wooden wagons, things neatly arranged, tucked into the safety of tunnel heads that you pass by. The only light here is the one you carry. Up ahead, where the trench slopes upwards towards the foot of the cairn, lies a small cluster of stone and steel buildings and a faint hint of light on the horizon. Those familiar with this area might know this to be the Crag Downs. So, we have all emerged from this tunnel. Is there anything that you guys want to do here? You guys are sort of like standing inside of like on the wall of this like trench.
Would there be like inns and such in this area, or we have to go further along?
You would probably have to go further along. The only, so I guess, how much has Honor been to the Dwarven Valley before?
I don't think so.
Okay. But Honor grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
He may know. Give me like a history check, let's say.
+0, maybe. Hey, 19. All right.
Oh,
19.
not bad, not bad.
Oh.
Honor would know that there are essentially like the Dwarven Valley is not itself like one town. It is a location where multiple towns lie. So although you might not know where it is because you haven't visited it, you would know that there are like towns elsewhere in the valley. So like the little like the Cragdowns is not necessarily the only location that you guys could go to here, but it is the only location that you guys see here. For instance, you know that there are supposedly dwarven towns that are embedded into the cliffs, but you don't see them where you are now.
Lawson, you've been here before, right?
Probably, yes. I probably should have said something. I assume he probably would have visited. It's very close to Tourmaline.
Yeah.
He said once or twice, but I feel like I've had a warmer reception on other occasions. I've always had a destination in mind and a plan to reach there. And I suppose we do have our destination. He nods up at Kelvin's cairn. But our plan to get there is a little more vague.
I was just considering the situation, and he just out to the storm.
Yeah.
I was inclined to push towards the cairn, but given the fucking blizzard, maybe we should get an inn.
um. Well, if you believe the rabble out at Termalaine, then the dwarven hospitality is quite fine. Um, do I remember any spots that uh, Orismora um, suggested in the Dwarven Valley that might be of high quality?
Um, I suppose like roll me a history check.
Hell yeah! Observe, not 20.
Roll
Sir,
roll for
It's on its way.
5-star in.
It's on
I hope
its
it's a
yeah.
one.
Roll for how many Michelin stars, or
This
roll
was
for roll a D100 for Yelp percentage.
Yeah.
Oh, they wouldn't even do Yelp percentage. I was thinking of Rotten Tomatoes for some reason. All right, here we go. 14.
14. Um, give me un momento, because I'm trying to. Where did I? Bah. Um, she would have mentioned the Battlehammer like town, the clan, um, which she would have mentioned is located inside the cliffs. There are surface or access to the surface dwarven um uh settlements essentially
Mm.
in this area. The Cragdowns is definitely one of them. You Lawson might have even like visited the Cragdowns before. It's essentially like a little stop, like a Passover
Mm.
or like a pass through town.
Truck
It
stop.
Yeah, it essentially like exists only there to like be a place for dwarven miners to stay, um, and like merchants and travelers to pass
Oh,
through.
so it's
It's
kid friendly. Gotcha.
Yes,
All right. Okay.
kid friendly.
So.
Um, that said, Orismora did mention that the Battlehammer clan town was inside the cliffs, but also that many of the Battlehammers have left the Dwarven Valley.
Mm. Because of a good old mithril hole. I mean, what? I don't know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, moving swiftly onwards. Okay. Oris Moore, if you remember, our darling proprietor, mentioned that there's a Battlehammer holdout nearby, and they are quite the generous to their visitors, being as they are the preeminent clan in these parts. But they may be a little too far out of our way for our current journeys. Perhaps on the way back we can treat name. How do I changed my notes from Google Docs to OneDrive, and I didn't bring across the person we're actually looking for. Let's open up my Google Drive one.
Are you talking about the guy who's lost on the
Yeah, Lustman.
Garrett?
Garrett.
Here.
Yeah, I brought up my Google Drive notes now, so I have no idea. But perhaps we'll treat Garrett to a lovely roast lunch once we return from Kelvin's Scan. But on the way there, it might be best that we simply stop at the Cragdowns, which shouldn't be too far up ahead. Um, it appears perhaps the area we are now in was once bustling when trade thrived, and the dwarves were looking to expand out from the Cairn's shadow. But in these times, they've packed up their supplies, boarded the windows and moved to more insular locations.
Behind you, Thaliel raises her hand.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I think that Losa's like looking forward and then turns and notices only after a couple seconds have passed. Yes, Thalia?
So I heard this once. It could have been a rumor, so I don't know. But they don't sleep in stone beds, do they?
um,
Because
well,
that sounds kind of uncomfortable.
I hear it's actually quite good for posture. Um, you roll a history check to see if they sleep on stone beds. Let me. Can I? I'll look to roll it. Not 20. Okay.
Nat 20. Holy shit.
Really good Nat 20.
I need the bed lore. Give me the bed lore.
I don't know if you want all the bed lore.
So I okay.
Literally, give me this. Wait.
Yeah. I
yeah,
think because Losen has like essentially lived with Orisamora, um I'll say there is a little truth in it in that sometimes dwarves will like sleep on a hard surface and also say that it's um like for health reasons essentially. It is considered like old school. Um However, dwarves definitely do tell people they sleep on stone to fuck with them. It's the
yeah.
it's
Okay.
the drop bear of of dwarven society.
Uh, yeah, good. Listen then chuckles and says, well, perhaps I got special treatment when I visited, but I'm sure they sleep on beds that are more familiar to you and I than you may think. I believe it is a part of their bravado to let the distant peoples of our dear land think that they are tough and hardy folk that sleep on nothing but shards of glass and all that like. But no, I'm sure it'll be quite fine.
No. See, I think, sure, they'll let us sleep on beds, but I think if we really want to be respectful of their culture, perhaps, Thalia, you should consider sleeping on the stone bed. It is an option.
Look, I traveled with a dwarf for a time, and he made me sleep on the floor as part of a thing. I wouldn't recommend it.
But you want to do
I'm
right
afraid
by
I have
them,
to
right?
decline. I just, Thaliel stretches. She's like, I need the machine in working order. We're gonna be bringing back the sun.
Yeah.
So I don't think I can do the stone bed. Oh, second question, Losen.
Indeed.
Are the beds going to be uh long enough to accommodate us? Or will we have to push them all together long ways and then like lay across them all back?
Oh
Leston
my god.
looks at Thalio, sort of like rubs his head a little bit and goes, they've been a little short for me, but as long as I curl up, it's fine. And looks up at the rest of the party. and goes, there may be some arrangements that we could make. We'll have to see what the inn has available. Um, I perhaps will do my part in honoring this custom. Looks at Aranis dubiously, and then says, "And I for one would not mind sitting on the floor, and practicing reverie for the night, if that would allow for another bed for the rest of you to enjoy." Um, but we will come no closer to the answer to this conundrum, standing as we are a few feet below a blizzard on the wall of an icy valley. Let us move forward to warmer and more hospitable hospitable
Limits?
Yeah, like climates. What's the word?
Inclements.
It's not inclement,
It's not.
but because
Inclement
that
weather.
means bad. Uh,
We know what
my
you mean.
brain.
Temperate.
Yeah, it'll say
Temperate.
environs is what it'll say.
Is there anything else that you guys want to do, I suppose, before we progress on to the Cragdowns?
I gotta rest.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah, I think what I was
Yeah.
looking for was just climbs, no in.
Yeah.
I think
All
Svalin's just gonna look up silent like along the edge. Like it's probably getting well, it's always dark, I should say. Maybe just look up along the edge of the valley, like high above us, and see if just kind of like think of and hope that like Lumi is like has like found his way like up over the mine, and but that'll be in the morning. That'll be in the morning. Thought.
Yes. All right. As you guys sort of progress down this valley, the ground sort of starts to slope upwards. Stairs connect each other, and sort of it almost feels like being funneled down into like one central path that begins to slope upwards towards the Cragdowns. And as you guys enter the Cragdowns, it is very quiet. The whole town is centered around a single paved road that comes out of the valley, though it's covered with snow now, resembling a one-lane frontier town. The buildings seem almost pressed up against the walkways, restaurants with frontward-facing service counters set into the wall itself, small apartments stacked on top of shops with great windows, some still containing mannequins wearing workwear or displays of precious jewelry. The lights are dimmed or dark. Outdoor plazas have iron tables with chairs stacked on top or are entirely empty.
Oh, yeah.
As you progress through the street, you notice a great wooden gate in the distance, a design depicting dwarven gods of the Morndin Saman carved into its surface. A great metal mechanism keeps it shut, operated by some sort of arm that leads into a gatehouse nearby, the only place you have passed thus far that seems to have the outdoor lights on.
Well then, like a moth, let us follow the light.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
She wants the beds.
Yeah.
As you approach the gatehouse, it's framed by a couple of like glass encased like iron lampposts outside. The gatehouse itself, the only like real entrance that you guys see immediately is something that can generously be called a porthole that opens up into. There's a gate, the big gate that I already mentioned. Um, but it's just sort of like a little stone porthole cut into the side of the building, where you see like lanterns and candles inside. Peering in, you guys see a tightly packed room of bookshelves filled with worn-looking logbooks, with dates on the spine, cramped writing station, papers and maps pinned on every inch of wall, and nobody. But sort of set into the opening is a bell with a knotted rope attached to it.
Oh, not the big red button.
Yeah, I'm gonna read some of the stuff on the table first before ringing the alarm bell. the bell of orcs are approaching.
Mhm.
No. To be clear, it's like a little bell that's like hanging like it's a big bell, but it's not like a giant bell. It's just sort of like
A service bell.
it's
Like a service.
yeah, it looks like a surface bell. It's like set into like the service counter area. It's like not.
Okay, it's not
Mhm.
the
It's
sound the alarm.
it's not the war bell from Klaus.
Yeah, it's not the Gondor calls for aid. We're gonna ring this bell, and then Pi is gonna be like
No.
along the top of the the Dwarven Valley. Okay. In which case, Tyson will stand at the counter, do a little look around, make sure there is no one immediately available, because ringing the bell when someone's standing right there is very rude. And then he will give the bell a little ring.
I will have to be right back, and I will let you guys know what happens with the bell when I return.
Okay.
Dun
Oh.
dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
The bell
mimic.
summoned hubs
with a different
food.
voice all of a sudden.
I imagine Lawson like grabbing the
You know
bell
what-
to stop it, you know?
Yeah.
Like one ring, then grabs the clicker and it's like, hello?
Yeah, that would be rude. Let's not be rude here. Okay, well, while we're here, what's everyone thinking for Faye?
I don't know yet.
I have to cook a bit more of that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I did a little bit of googling while I was walking home, but I had other stuff to write for this session, so I couldn't do too much. But yeah, I'm thinking null, because when else, like, well, it's limited scope in what you can do. When else would you ever get to RP that in a campaign?
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, I've literally done one campaign otherwise, or one one-shot otherwise. Actually, 2 one-shots otherwise, where I could have played as a null. A friend, I think I mentioned this campaign or one-shot before, but a friend of mine ran 2 sets of one-shots, the same thing twice, but different parties, where I was the only one that was the same. Where you could play as any monster that was CR4 or below, and that stat block was your stat block for the one shot. And you essentially like attacking a castle where the defenders were a like stereotypical D&D party, which was very
cute.
very cute.
Oh, that's fun.
So the first time I invented a fake stat profile for a thief, it's like a CR half thief character, so like not an assassin, just a thief. And I spent the entire time just stealing everything I could that wasn't nailed down, like pickpocketing guards for no gain, just for like 2 silver. When we had like an actual goal, like dressing up as the guard and everything like that, hiding behind my much more powerful party members whenever there was combat, because I'm like, look at my stat sheet, I can't do anything. I have a knife, I'm Dex 2, like Dex +2, and people were like, okay, fine, whatever, you can stay in the back. And then only at the very end, when my character was finally like cornered and caught by all the guards, did I reveal that the entire time I'd been playing as a were-rat, and actually I was immune to non-magical weapons, so I was actually basically immortal, but just hiding behind my friends' characters and getting them killed instead for fun. It was beautiful, absolutely cinema. The second time I was playing as like funnily enough, sentient undead. I was playing as a white, which is also very fun. Trying to recruit an army.
So are only red wizards bald? Is that who's bald?
Oh, okay. So, the baldness is a very important part of Thay. I have not mentioned this yet, but
Are we all
if
bald?
you're bald in
Oh
Thay,
hell yeah!
if you're bald, it means that you are a free person.
Oh, okay.
That means it's like it's a social indicator. Basically, everyone else has hair, but if you're like a free sovereign citizen, especially red wizards, like they have to meticulously shave their head. If they let any of their hair like grow out, it's like very disgraceful for them.
Okay. Now
She's
I
bald.
understand.
She's bald and she's torturing people who have hair.
She's bald and she's torturing people who have hair. That's exactly what it is. Actually, there's a really funny anecdote that says in the Thayan slavery laws that if your slave has to have a medical shave for some reason, you have to hide them, and you can't let anyone see that they're bald because then they might be mistaken for a free person, and they don't want that. So you just have to like put them in a shack for like 6 months until their hair grows back out, and then they are allowed to rejoin the rest of the group.
Wow.
So that's how seriously they take the bald thing. She's bald and
I
torturing
came
people who have
back.
hair.
Yeah, I came back to she's bald and torturing people who have hair. That was literally, I opened my door, and the first thing I heard very clearly was she's bald and torturing people who have hair. But, anyways.
Anyways.
I actually remember this. I remember watching this.
Very excited to hear more about the Thayan lore after this session. But off in the distance, within the gatehouse, you hear what sounds like a small crash. And then you hear very distantly someone going, "Ah, shit." Emerging through the door, sort of like set in that little room, is a dwarf that you can only describe as diminutive for a dwarf, just on the
Oof.
small side.
Mood.
She's well bundled up, just like sort of like covered in sort of like a hood with like layers of like scarves and stuff. And she's holding a mug that is steaming, and she plops it down on the countertop in front of her, and she says, "Well, I didn't expect us to have visitors at this hour, hmm?"
It's a bit hard to tell what hour it is, but
What do you mean? It's 5 o'clock.
What hour do visitors usually pass by? We were of the opinion that it was quite normal to travel during what passes for day these days.
Well, an hour where it ain't blizzarding.
And well, I mean, the blizzard is precisely why we're here, and not, up there. But we were hoping that we might find lodging for the night, so that we did not have to continue walking in this blizzardly time of day. I don't know where I was going with that one. Wizards of blizzardly place, yeah. In such inclement weather.
As you guys are speaking, you guys notice this dwarf. She's considers you for a moment, and then she kind of like looks past you, into the Dwarven Valley, and then she looks at you guys again, and she just kind of like takes a moment, and she goes, "Where did you guys come from?"
Oh, actually, no. I just realized what I definitely should have said earlier. You say we come from Tamerlane, where we were recommended travel here by by scions of the Battlehammer clan. I'm sure you're familiar with them. We are in good standing.
Or something. She says, "Or something."
In response to me saying that has she heard of the Battlehammer clan?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm sure that they would be most grateful if we were able to find our way to our destination. We'll put in a good word for you.
You watch her kind of like put her hands on her hips, and she says, "And where is your destination exactly, coming from Tourmaline inside the Dwarven Valley?"
Look, see that dog?
Oh no.
Eras points at the dog.
I see the dog.
We are on we are on a Good Samaritan's journey to save the owner of that dog, who is up on that mountain right there, which is why we are in this valley right now.
His name is Good Boy.
The man you're trying to save?
Yes, we are traveling
No, Good
to
Boy's dad.
we are traveling to Kelvin's camp.
Good Boy's dad's name is not
Um,
Kelvin, by the way. That's just the name of the mountain he's trapped
His
on.
name is
I-
Good Dad.
Is it like a group persuasion check?
Yeah, you can make a group persuasion check.
With disadvantage, I assume?
No, I'm gonna
Obviously
make you
advantage.
all roll, and I'm gonna average it together
Alright, good.
because I think that's
Good.
funnier.
Wait, persuasion,
Yeah.
right? We're actually rolling persuasion.
Oh, I rolled so badly.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry.
18.
All right.
16. Should we just type it?
Let me-
Average.
Uranus.
16.
Spalin.
Oh wait, okay. A 5.
No!
Hell yeah.
He's just nodding. He's
13.
just nodding along with what
13.
everyone says.
15?
Honor.
18.
18. Losin.
11.
Oh god.
Collectively, you guys rolled a 12.5.
That's above a
Yay.
10!
Above average.
It's not bad.
We're not playing Lancer. A 12 isn't a pass here. Necessarily. That we know.
What do you mean? This has been a Lancer campaign the whole time.
Yeah. And then everyone got in their robots, and then we did this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get in the
Um,
robots, Brack.
This dwarven woman just seems like slightly overwhelmed by like a lot. She has sort of like didn't expect you guys to show up, and you guys are showing up with a very bizarre story. And so she just kind of like holds her hands up for a moment and then says, "Okay, let's rewind, start from the beginning. You guys have come from Tourmaline
Aye.
to visit Kelvin's cairn in the blizzard to save the father of a dog."
The blizzard wasn't intentional.
They're usually not.
Aye, that's why. Yep. Okay.
I don't see. I mean, it's fairly uncomplicated. He needs to be saved because there is a blizzard. The blizzard's kind of part
Yeah.
of the story.
Good Boy's father is also a husband. And his
Yeah.
husband misses him very much. He's very worried.
We're talking about a human here.
If you want the full story, the husband sent us to
No.
save the husband from the mountain. We got to the mountain, and
There's
it
two
was
husbands.
blizzardly outside.
Suddenly, yeah, Wizards of Blizzardly place.
Listen to me.
Great.
So rather than being stupid and trekking up the mountain, I figured an inn.
I think we could make it up the mountain.
We probably
But we
could.
heard you have stone beds.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, I will tell you at least, if you guys are trying to make it up Kelvin's Cairn in this blizzard, there's a good chance there would be, and you see she kind of like counts you all on like her fingers, and then she like sarcastically, and then goes, well, if you guys climb up the mountain in this weather, we're probably looking at 6 bodies that we're going to have to pull off the mountain in the thaw. So I don't
The thaw.
recommend it.
Which you can prevent if you let us stay here for the night.
Well, you see she kind of like leans out of the little porthole, and sort of like motions down, and says, our inns have been shut down since the road collapse.
No time like the present to get business booming.
Well, I'm not the inn master, so I can't exactly do that.
What do you
No,
mean the road collapse?
On the north, between Tourmaline and Kelvin's Cairn and here, there's sort of like a cut through, sort of similar to the valley, but not quite as fancy, not quite as nice, if you ask me. An avalanche from the direction of Kelvin's Cairn happened, and essentially the entire road is filled with snow now. And they were on track to sort of get it excavated, but then we had more snow, and then even more snow, and so things are paused right now.
And this was the recent avalanche.
Yes.
Auspicious.
I think we did hear about this
Yes.
from the dwarves.
Well, I'm glad we didn't go over road then.
Probably.
Alright.
Okay, if there's no inns, is there a solution? Can we set up camp here?
Yeah. We really we have all the supplies we need to camp. We just would prefer a roof over our heads than, that. Indicating upwards. We'll take just like an empty room with a door, preferably. Not, optional extra, I suppose.
We got tarps, we can make a door.
She sort of like sighs, and she's like, well, I mean, I can't really let you guys in the inn.
Poorly named.
She does laugh at that.
Good, I'm glad.
And she's just sort of like, she thinks hard for a moment, and she says, there's a barracks in the gatehouse, that would typically house guards. It's really a hostel at best. But it is a room with beds that I have a key to.
Are
Sounds
there
like-
no guards?
There are, but for the most part, they've gone home.
Okay.
I mean, with the road collapsed, we don't really see a whole lot of pass through from the south. It's mostly Tourmaline and Targus and Bryn Shander, and the path from Bryn Shander to here is a little more long and perilous, I'll say. And so,
And there's no.
There's still some people in the Cragdowns, but most of them are sort of just hunkered at home, including the guards. They've either gone back down to their towns, their hometowns further in the valley, or they've just gone home.
And there's no threat of banditry or.
I mean, probably some, but in this weather,
Fair point. Alright, well, how much does that barracks cost?
she kind of like looks at you and kind of like shrugs, and she said, "They're not my barracks. I can't be arsed to ask you to pay."
You
Well,
are truly a generous soul. We will take your offer gladly. Without hesitation.
Well, she sort of like motions to you guys to like go like around the building. And you guys sort of, I mean, do you guys
yeah, hell yeah.
follow her?
Yeah.
You guys kind of like trudge through the snow around the side of the building until you come across sort of like an inset area that has like a door. And then after a few minutes, you hear sort of like the sound of like wood latches and stuff sliding as she sort of like bursts the door open and looks at you guys and said, "Well, don't be a stranger then, just come on in."
Lovely.
And Losen, where are you in the group?
I'm
Um,
I'm
Mm.
obviously 40 steps away, so if they cast fireball, somebody will remain unscathed. I'll say, one of the two people talking the most. I'll be somewhere near the front of the group, front
Um,
one or two.
as you go to walk in, she like sort of stops you by like thrusting her hand out to you.
Cock an eyebrow.
Like she wants you to shake your hand.
Oh. Okay. In which case, listen, we'll absolutely shake a hand.
Yeah. She gives you a hard shake, like she's squeezing your hand, like not to hurt, but like a little harder than you think she has to. And then she goes, "By the way, since you didn't ask, my name's Tissel Battlehammer."
Yeah. I thought
I
as
was gonna
much.
ask her.
Lyson will smile and say, "Nice to meet you, Tissel. I'm glad you've heard of them." It would be most awkward if you didn't know where your name stemmed from.
She sort of like laughs.
Uh, yeah. Lyson will say, he says this smiling, of course, and then I will say, I can still put in a good word for you if you'd like. Kind of
Not necessary.
cheekily.
I wouldn't say I'm particularly close to the Battlehammers these days.
The offer's on the table, and he shrugs and looks inside.
She sort of like brings you guys. She passes by different areas within this gatehouse. It at one point, you could see it being sort of like a lively place. There's sort of like a lounge area. There's a kitchen. There's just various like living areas that look sort of like well used and well loved. And she brings you guys up a few floors to there's not really like a door, it's just sort of like open to the stairway and everything. But it is essentially just a room with a bunch of bunk beds and some chests that look like they don't lock. She sort of like brings you guys into it and then drags like an indoor like heater out from like a corner and towards like the center of the room. It has like wood and charcoal in it. And she sort of like pulls like a set of matches out of her pocket to like light it, and then places like the cage on top of it. And it's very, as you guys like step in here, it's very clear this room was not being like warmed before you guys came in. It's not frigid because like the whole place is sort of like insulating heat somewhat, but it is cold.
How does the heater
And
work? This is important for something later.
Oh.
It's just like a portable fireplace essentially.
Beautiful. Gotcha. Easy.
And she sort of like looks at it and she says, "Well, there you go. Feel free to move it around. I think there's another one somewhere else, but I can't be fucked to start it. But it's there if you need it. We do have like a kitchen downstairs. Don't be too loud."
I'm sure if we
But-
use it, you're welcome to sit with us.
Fair enough. She said, "I just need to be in the gatehouse somewhere where I can hear the bell, which is pretty much everywhere. But frankly, you guys are the only people who've been here in like the past 48 hours, so."
Well, perhaps we can bring you some food then.
She laughs.
Mhm.
And she says,
Uh,
"Do you guys need anything, or?"
you have been most hospitable already, Thane Battlehammer. Listen gives a deep bow.
I just took a bite, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
She's already got food.
She's already...
I think we're fine with your current perfect dwarven hospitality. Thank you.
She says, "Just
It was nice to meet
Crystal
you.
is fine." It's nice to meet you too. I didn't get any of your names, to be honest.
Let's see. Losen, you can call me Losen the Scrimshatter.
Honor
Of
of
Tamale.
Silvery Moon.
Well, don't speak all at once.
I think no one wants to cut each other off is the thing.
Cut each other up.
Thaliel, daughter of Lathander, at your service.
Aran's gonna look at Swallowed.
Svalin just kind of like dips his head slightly and says, "Svalin."
Cute.
And I am the good elf.
The good.
Okay,
I'm kidding. I'm
Good
Aranis.
elf.
The good elf?
this is a Christmas campaign now.
Beautiful.
So Thistle goes, "Oh, right, well, nice to meet you all. And Honor, if you'll roll me a perception check, and anyone else is free to as well, if they would like, but it is required for Honor."
Oh god. Oh no, hang on.
Yes.
The mandatory perception check.
I think
If
Woohoo!
I have negative
I would like to
Nice.
anyway,
Nice
because I was
piece
just gonna
shit.
see.
2.
No.
Wait, Honor rolled a 2?
2.
Oh
my
dear.
God.
He is too busy
No.
giving Ryan a stink eye.
He said his name!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Nat
Ariel. Nat 20. Okay.
We have party
Me
roll well
seeing.
and party roll bad.
All right.
Two groups.
So I'll say everyone who rolled, let's say, a 10 or higher, which most of you guys rolled like 19, 20,
Yeah,
20.
everyone that rolled
fuck.
10 or higher rolled at least a 19, right?
Yeah.
So everyone who rolled 19 or higher, you notice that as Honor says his name, she kind of like narrows her eyes a little bit.
Oh,
She reacts to the name, but it's very minute. You guys barely pick it up. It
Is this
is.
NASA's girlfriend?
Oh no! Oy.
But she otherwise like doesn't react.
Okay.
Does Thalio's net 20 get her anything?
For I'll say the nat 20. You can't quite tell with what emotion it is. But you don't think it's not necessarily like dislike or like it's not like it's not like I'm like reacting to this name like yippee wahoo or like boo I hate that guy. It's more like she's trying to figure something out.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And
Do
so
I blurt? Everyone, do I blurt?
Oh no.
I'll let the party democratically decide if Thaliel blurts out, "Do you know each other?"
You
Blurt it
you need to
out,
let the
blurt
spirit of
it
Thalia
out.
attack over you and do what she would do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what should
the
do?
answer is
What?
blame yourself.
Is that a yes? You yes?
I give you
Flip a
permission if you
coin.
think that's what
Oh,
Thalia
oh,
would
see,
do.
we consent.
Yeah.
You
We
can flip a
consent to
coin.
Thaliel happening.
Yeah, we don't know if our characters will consent, but
Yeah.
we consent.
Okay, then Thaliel does just that. When she notices her face, Thaliel thinks for a moment. Oh, maybe she knows of him. She's heard of the legends of Honor of Silvery Moon. So she asks, "Oh, are you familiar?"
Oh,
Yeah, good.
we're getting kicked out.
It's an innocent question.
I
So, go ahead.
I have never been to the Dwarven Valley, so
Well, I mean, people know my name that I've never met, so.
Yeah, it's Tissel seems like a little caught off guard by being questioned by this, but she seems like a little bit unshaken by it. She's just like surprised. And she said, old friend of mine, I think was a friend of yours.
Oh,
Oh!
Oh,
yes.
do you
Oh my
know
god!
what friend?
Ooh.
Mutual friends. You always
Another
love to
X.
discover when you have them.
Hold on, I have to.
We're on the Scott Pilgrim path.
Um,
Oh no.
uh, she kind of like pauses for a second. And she kind of like waves her hand and she says, think a guy named Gunder or something.
Oh,
On a like kind of gets a little bit close to her. You're a friend of Gundir's.
oh.
Or something.
Then you're my
Or
friend too.
something.
Oh.
And he puts his hand out.
Aww.
And she sort of like she takes it and sort of like nods.
He's a good man.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And she kind of like pulls you a little bit closer to her with your hand and says, "But are you a good man too?"
Mm.
I'm trying to be.
Oh,
Oh my.
And she kind of like laughs at that.
I should do no less to be good.
Did she say that audibly? Like, can we hear her say that?
Yes.
Fun.
Let me roll something real quick.
An attack roll with advantage.
You all watch as she sort of like takes her hand away from Honors, just like ending sort of like the handshake. A metal object sort of like drops from her hand, which she very quickly like stoops to pick it up. It looks sort of like a coin, and she looks very flustered by the fact that this has happened. And she very quickly like pockets it and goes, well, enjoy your time here, I guess.
The
We
coin drops
very
from her
much
head.
shall.
Aranas, do another coin trick.
She drops a coin from her hand.
A coin-shaped object.
Interesting.
She says, there's sort of like a room next to the gatehouse, and that's where I'll be. Well, see you." And then she sort of like makes her way quickly down the stairs.
Strangely, Larson seems to be in high spirits.
She was nice.
Hi.
Hmm.
Maybe I should have come here sooner.
Yeah.
Now I want to get a look at that bridge. If it's stone, there's probably nothing we can do. But if it's a rope bridge, I could dive down, pull it back up, maybe save him the climb.
Perhaps we should investigate on our way back, as it presumably will not be blizzarding by then, and it's a little would be traveling in the opposite direction from where we need to go if we were to visit it now. But I would
sure
love to
hope
restore travel between Kilbenscan and Tourmaline.
I sure hope it's not blizzarding soon. Hey, it's fallen. So, when it comes to worshipping... Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. No. You, please you. I don't even remember what I was trying to say. I think words just came out of my mouth. Anyway.
Okay. Thaliel says, so, when it comes to worshipping Oral, is there maybe anything you could say to make her lighten up a little bit on the blizzard?
Lighten up a little bit. Give her a good jerk.
Just for a little bit.
Break the ice, metaphorically.
That's good. Break the ice.
Like, is she an acts of devotion god, or is she a sacrifice kind of god?
Nervous chuckle.
Can I make a religion check?
Yeah. Go ahead.
My heart says sacrifice, but if that's wrong, I can make a religion check. But I leave it to Hub Oral person of all time.
I say give me a religion check, and you will pass this no matter what. This is just like to the degree of information I'm giving you.
Okay. It's a 10.
10. In my opinion, all gods demand sacrifice. It's just sort of like a sacrifice of what?
Hmm. This is true.
Auril does demand sacrifice sometimes, but oddly enough, not as often sacrifice of like humans. She does. You would say that like it's not impossible. But you would say like most often, not as often for you personally as a druid. It
Hmm.
would be like this asking for like the sacrifice of an enemy.
Hmm.
The most often thing that is sacrificed to Auril is warmth.
Hmm.
That is like voluntarily going like without heat for a little bit or snuffing out light.
Yeah,
That sort of thing. Um,
I think that would be what the circle would probably be most like familiar with, is like giving up warmth as opposed to
yeah.
like blood sacrifice.
Mhm.
But it's not off the table.
Yeah,
Have a
it's not
little
off the
bit of
table.
sacrifice amongst friends.
It
It's like that's a once a year kind of thing though.
and uh yeah, let's go with that for now.
Ominous. Okay.
Ominous.
Svalin is going to say, I like what you said, honestly. There is nothing that I haven't already tried to assuage the Frost Maiden's fury, but I think it is in the nature of our divine that they all require sacrifice to some extent. I don't think a joke is going to be enough to appease her fury at this moment, seeing as it's already been 3 years.
It's been X
Um,
years.
This is the
Technically
third
2
year.
years. We are going on essentially like the third summer. It's in spring right now.
Yeah, been a while, but yeah, I would say, yeah, like definitely, like there's nothing that he hasn't already tried, I think, to like in terms of like you get the idea that like what he's saying, that like there's something that he hasn't already kind of tried in terms of like light work.
Mhm.
But this rhyme, seeing as it's lasted for so long, might probably require something heavier.
Yeah.
Thalia
Well,
looks visibly deflated at Svalin's answer, and she goes,
Mhm.
"Aw."
What method did you have in mind, Thaliel?
Well, I don't know. I don't know at all, really. I don't know much about Auril.
You mentioned a joke. Do you have a joke? I myself do enjoy a pun, a witty
oh
pun or
my
two.
god.
It's
This is the
canon.
deep lore. The deep lore. My god.
You get one approval point if you make him laugh.
Not even
Mm,
5, just one. The smallest amount of positive.
something about why is Umberlee so big?
Nice.
Ask why.
Why?
Because she's got all that water weight.
Make
Eh?
a
Eh?
I'm trying to think what check this would be.
Something
Because I
charisma
do like
based.
this. Make a
Performance, maybe?
performance, yeah.
Performance. Okay, performance.
I think Svalin should do a charisma save.
Charisma thing. A
I
13,
will
I'll
say,
do.
Aurel doesn't like Umberly, so she'd probably like jokes making fun of Umberly.
Oh, good.
There's like girl beef there.
Girl beef.
There's some beef between the girl gods.
This is the girl
they should
that
just give-
that Aurel loves to make fun of.
No, yeah, I'd say like honestly, I would say anything above a 10. I was gonna say like, yeah, he's laughing.
Cute. That's
Yay.
that's very Gatsby.
Like but like for Spawn, it's like a you deliver the punchline and he just kind of like does a little like quick exhale of the mouth and just kind of like fondly shakes his head. I don't it's considering the relationship between Arl and Umberly, it was a good try.
Oh well, I'll keep coming up with them. I got more.
I look forward to hearing them. And I think so we've got our bunker and all our bunk beds and our source of warmth.
Let's get down to business.
Before we get on to business, can I go to the bathroom? I want to pee here.
Aranis has to pee.
Aranis needs to pee.
Yeah,
okay, I'll be back.
Okay, back up.
Go ahead.
That was cute. I think that he's a pun lover. It's canon now, I've decided. If I make the approval points more than 1, then it'll be too easy for like Hella or something to come up with dad jokes.
I don't think Honor's a jokey guy though.
Aww.
Lawson's the one coming up with dad jokes.
Like Honor's gonna be out here making like, crude poop and shit jokes. He's not doing puns.
Lawson's got fishing jokes, I know it.
Oh, sure.
Specifically like the fishing dad jokes that like a dad will say like off the back of like a kayak.
Yeah, absolutely.
So true.
Big if true.
When
Put
are
a little time to
when are we all
formulate.
going on Father Lawson's fishing trip?
We got
Lawson's
That's
fishing
the
trip
end
one
game.
shot.
Yeah, that's the end game. Yeah. Side content
That's
when you finish
spin-off.
the main story, but still have things you want to do.
Or it could be a prequel.
True.
The 50 years. What was he doing?
Fishing. Don't worry about it. He was just
He
fishing.
was fishing, he was scrim-shanding,
Yeah, the whole time.
he was writing songs.
Yeah.
That's all he was doing.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Nothing else.
I'm glad you guys understand.
I'm
He was just
squinting my
chilling.
eyes.
Why would you?
When we got to the guard booth, my gut dropped, and then she said she knows Gundam. I'm so fucking happy now. I was like, we're gonna get fucked, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not listening to my music.
I've
I'm
returned.
Crazy. I'm fucking crazy psychopath.
Psychopath.
Crazy, insane psychopath.
Crazy fucking psychopath. Wait, you're back, Bert?
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything? I suppose is there anything you guys want to do before we take a long rest?
Ken, really quick, since did the whole party kind of see the interaction between Honor and Tissel
Yeah.
as far as like
Everyone heard it,
Okay.
yeah.
It was in the middle of the room.
I think really quickly like Talon's just gonna kind of like do a little perception check maybe because I kind of meant to do this as she was leaving, just as far as like that interaction and her kind of leaving in a hurry. I just kind of want to make sure like it didn't seem like she was like gonna call for help or something, or that she was gonna like go call for like, you know, some guys to come and wreck us in the night or something, or even like start ringing the bell and like alarm or
Yeah.
something.
I also wanted to potentially roll perception to see whether I saw the thing
Yeah.
that dropped on the floor.
That
No,
might
I
be
don't
closer
care
to
about
insight.
that. Sorry?
That might be insight. But yeah, you guys feel free to roll insight on that.
Would mine be perception just for the object? Or insight?
Remind me, what are you looking for exactly?
I think Svalin's focused on intent, but Uranus would have looked at what she dropped on the floor.
Yeah, if you
Briefly.
want to roll perception for identifying the object.
Yeah. But you do
I'll say
Svalin
for
first.
Sval it's a
Yeah.
15.
Svalin's
Just
a
to make sure
15.
she isn't like just to make sure she hasn't like gone up back upstairs and made like a ruckus or something that like, oh god, someone who's here that has a bad reputation maybe.
Well, I'll say it, at the very least, she went downstairs.
Okay.
She did not.
Downstairs.
Yeah. And you generally did not get like the aura of like malicious intent from her. She was definitely suspicious of you guys because you just sort of like appeared randomly.
We didn't
But we
know.
have a dog.
We are very reasonable. Looking for the dog dad. Come on.
The dog dad for the dog dad's husband,
Yeah.
who is not a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
but
only roll. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
but no scuffle outside. Okay.
No.
I only rolled an 11, so I don't think I get much.
No.
Coin
It is
thing.
a coin-shaped object.
Yeah. Ah.
I'll give you a little bit more. I would say it's metallic. It's like silvery metal. That's all
Was
you
the
get.
size of her palm, or it's coin size?
Coin size, like
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
Silvery moon tool? Maybe?
Maybe
Perhaps.
maybe shaped like a copper.
She's a copper.
Was
Called the
It was
coppers.
not colored like a copper. All right. I suppose that is a long rest then. Please, my children, level up.
Before we do a long rest,
Okay.
Woohoo!
There was
Anna is going to just say, I'm gonna step outside for a moment. And he's gonna go and grab a couple pieces of firewood and head downstairs.
Araz is
Oh.
gonna say, "Oh, wait. Look, I wanted to step out for a smoke anyway, so you mind if I hit two birds with one stone?"
Aye, by all means.
Come along.
Yeah.
Inviting yourself on someone else's secret journey is so funny.
I am just gonna shoot
Um,
some targets, so by all means.
Fuck you.
All right. So are you guys heading outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aranis and Honor head outside. What are the people inside doing?
Lucin's looking at the bed situation. Seeing if what the how many beds they have and everything like that. There should be lots, right? 'Cause
there-
it's like a whole barracks.
Yeah. I would say that there are enough beds for, let's say, like 20 people.
Yeah.
They are like on the bigger side. These are probably like human-sized beds.
Oh my god, luxury.
Yeah, they are not Svalin-sized beds though.
I figured.
They can wild shape. That's fine.
Yeah, you would describe them as like small for a human, so they would be like tight but adequate. Svalin is beyond tight but adequate.
Yeah, I figured.
He can call up.
We'll figure it out. I have some ideas. I think Svalin's just going to kind of like sit close to like not too close to the heater, but kind of like pick a lower bunk to kind of like plant his haunches, and he's gonna start ritual casting Find Familiar, and that'll take like an hour. No,
Cute.
is it an hour?
10 minutes. But,
10 minutes?
Actually, no, Find
Okay.
Familiar might have a casting time as well. It's plus 10 minutes on whatever the base casting spell, casting time of the spell is.
I mean, we've got time.
I mean, yeah, however long it takes, you have enough time
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
No issue.
Yeah.
It'll
It
take at least
takes
10
1
minutes,
hour,
but
so
no more than an
take
hour.
1 hour and 10 minutes.
I mean,
Just
narratively, you could also just say that, like, because if it's like Svalin's first time casting it or whatever, it could take like an hour or something.
yeah. Yeah, so he'll
But
just start kind of casting that.
Interesting.
all right. I suppose that takes us to the Blowjob Brothers.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Honor will just step out
Yeah.
and set up the firewood, maybe like 30 yards away. And then pull his bow out and start plinking.
I assume Arana sort of asked whether he's fine with him smoking,
I
and yeah,
grew up around smokers, it's fine.
you don't want one?
Honest. You're a bad
It's
influence.
been a while, but I could take a puff or two.
Ugh.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
of course.
No.
I guess will Honor want a fresh cig, or would he just want to share?
He'll just share this on a phone.
Yeah, because he said 1 or 2, right? So Arana will just pass him his.
Oh my god.
He'll take a puff between a couple of shots. So does
You're
your
angry.
smoking have purpose, or are you just smoking?
Every smoke has a purpose, don't you think?
Aye, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, you know, old habits die hard. It's just we've had a tough time. I have a mysterious skull in my pocket. Just helps.
You have been a bit reckless.
Yeah. Oh, Svalin said it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, Hella, if you wanted to do whatever you wanted to do first, it's up to you.
Okay.
I assume that your archery is serving a purpose. So,
Well, it has been a bit of a rough time. You know, I've just... You see, he draws the bar. I've been fucking up, you know? Then he fires a shot. Things like missing simple shots. He fires again. Not acting fast enough. Fires another shot. I suppose I'm supposed to be... Then he pauses and takes a little longer. Like a guide or something. Shoots again. Reliable or some shit like that. Then he pulls back a little bit harder. But I let Lawson get knocked out because I fucked up an easy shot. And he fires. It goes a bit deeper, and he pulls back a bit harder. And that's after I let Thaliel wander off alone and get ambushed. And it goes deeper again. I've got too much on my mind, I think. And he starts to fire a bit faster between the words. Thinking about Naz, and Zabrak, and the Brotherhood and Nazence, and now Gunder, and Auril, obviously. And he pulls back heavier. About this group. And then he fires. And stops for a moment. And looks to his fingers, which the skin is now broken on from pulling too hard.
oh,
He takes a deep breath, tries to calm down a little bit. And then, with a growl and a rage you've never seen Honor have before, he grabs his axe and hucks it full strength at the target. Ironically, Uranus, you might be the only one to understand this. I'm pretending, you know? Honor's not even my real name. I used to be so foul. And part of me wonders if I'm trying too hard to be good. If I should be angrier. Should hit harder and bark louder. Because I'm letting you down.
Look, I think Uranus, his eyes are wide. He has a cig in his hand, and he's genuinely surprised that Honor has sort of opened himself up in this way. And he says, look, okay, wow. And you see, Honor has genuinely broken in some way, and he's stumbling because there's this urge to reciprocate honesty with honesty, and he goes, I do understand, yes, but you say it's all pretend, but clearly from what you're describing to me, you're not pretending about giving a shit. So the real question is, beyond the pretending, why do you want to care?
Isn't caring supposed to be natural?
Seems like it's coming naturally to you. You're obviously angry.
This group, they're good folks, and I know it's not my fault entirely, but that cave, the ambush from the Zens, I could be doing more. I feel like I'm hesitating.
You obviously haven't been hesitating, though. I mean, to be honest with you, this is why I came out here with you. I wanted to speak to you for a moment because you speak of hesitation, and you speak of you speak so and he's a bit frustrated here. You speak so harshly of yourself, but you dove after Thaliel. You threw yourself into a cavern, into a chasm. I mean, I guess you're asking me, but I have to ask you, what maybe the answer's with you. What compelled you to do that?
It was right to do.
Right. Is that all that compels you? Just the desire to be right? It must be something more. If you was just doing the right, if doing the right thing was merely what was compelling you, it would not frustrate you so. Think of how easily it comes to, the other characters of the story. Losen, Thaliel, have they ever batted an eye at doing the right thing? I just think there's something deeper, something that sets you and I a little different from everyone else. So if you don't have the answer, well,
There's a horrible rage in me that I try and stomp down in service of being this good guy I'm trying to become. maybe I've pushed it down too far. Maybe I should be a little bit more meaner.
If you don't mind me asking, and he takes a second to relight his cig, get another one out. Angry at what?
Myself. The world. Everything's fucked all the time.
Everything is fucked and everything is suck. It's true.
Angry at the world, sure, it is what it is, but why bother being angry with yourself?
Because I could be doing more. And I should be doing more. And I'm out here shooting a fucking woodblock instead.
Brother. Perhaps Dahlia should be out here giving you a pep talk. I don't know.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Well, I guess what I have to say is, if you're, I just don't think there's such a point in thinking too hard. If you want to be angry, be a little angry, and life goes on. I'm out of my depth here.
I think you're the right person to talk to about this, don't worry.
If you want to talk to someone else who says, yep, being good is hard, I do not understand the purpose of trying so hard to be good, then you are in the right company.
I am not looking for an easy answer for someone to pat me back and say, keep it up, chap. That'd be Thalia, that'd be Lawson.
Well, I suppose, and I guess, he'll walk up a bit awkwardly to Honor, and in this moment of feigned or uncomfortable vulnerability, will awkwardly pat him on the shoulder and say, I get it more than they do.
You do.
Well,
Now, are you sure you don't want to go through your own sig?
Sure, fuck it, give me one.
oh my god, he's such a menace.
Yeah, he gives him one, and I suppose he'll say on his own, look, I'm sorry I could not offer a good response to anything you had to say. As much as you say that you don't think Valiel or Lawson could provide you with much better words, I do wish I had something better to say.
Well, I'm only speaking to you on it because you're not gonna bullshit me.
We know how much, we know how honest I am, yeah?
Exactly.
Look, I'll bullshit with you is what I'll have to say. If bullshitting your way to being honest and right is what you want to do, then I'll be here for it as well.
And what do you want to do, Oranus? You seem a little lost among us.
What am I doing?
Hey.
I'm just here for the...
Surely it can't just be bored.
Bored? I'm not bored. If anything, I mean, you're asking whether this trip is a bit of a entertaining route for me to sort my boredom.
I just can't place why you'd be here.
Well, you pose a great question. But I mean, to be honest with you, is that not the same for everyone else who's here? Why isn't Lawson out fishing? Why is why is the strange druid from out of town, who obviously hates all of us, staying around in our company? Thaliel, we don't talk about Thaliel.
Svalin doesn't hate us, Aranis. He's just prickly.
I beg to differ, but
we can disagree on this. He's fine.
Why am I here? To be honest with you, what you said is right. I'm just here for the ride. I'm not from years, and I just thought it's fun time for a change. And I guess he steps away from his usual bravado a bit and says, I guess
Oh, you're cutting out of me.
They died.
Yeah, he died. Aranis, come back! Aranis, no! Aranis takes one moment to be real and gets deleted.
insane Wi-Fi drop timing.
I know.
It's like OC detected, kill. Yeah, Aranis has actually been in an isekai this entire time. He just broke a rule and got deleted.
Oh no.
Okay, wait. Am I back? Am I back?
I think so.
Aranis is number one and most likely to be an isekai MC in the party.
Yeah. Wait, where did I cut out?
After he dropped his bravado.
His drops bravado. Okay. Yeah. To be honest with you, it's just been some time since I traveled with other people, and initially I just joined because I thought we were going to catch the caravan yesterday or the day before. But part of me is sick of staying by the byline, you know? I just want to have a bit more fun in the forefront of action, you know? Be a bit less of a scaredy cat. More of a daredevil, like back in the day. It's as simple as that. I mean, is that so bad?
Actually, that's a pretty fine answer.
I thank you.
I mean, if you really break it down, that's kind of why I'm out here too. Sort of.
Yeah?
So I can relate. You picked a
So,
fine party, Aranis. I think we're gonna do some good.
And we'll have fun while we're at it.
That's the goal.
Yeah. And I think Aranis is gonna slap Honor on the back and say, Honor, I don't know why I didn't follow you sooner. Shame that some guy had to die on the bazaar floor for us to finally cross paths this way.
So you did see it, did you? So you saw the murderer?
No, there was a dead guy on the floor.
I
And he blinks.
got no idea who did that one. I'm hoping to get some clues down the road.
You know how many murderers are out here in the 10 towns?
Well, hopefully a few less once we tear through them.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's... Do you want to close there, or...
Yeah, and I'll grab like a handful of arrows and throw them into the floor next to him. I'm gonna be here for a minute. You're welcome to hang out and smoke, but got some aggression to work through, obviously.
Do you want a passive observer, or no?
Do what suits you, buddy.
Yeah, I think Aran's gonna like lively on like a series of like boxes and just smoke while lying down. I'm just gonna passively watch Otto work through his anger and just passively go, "Oh, nice one." Now and then.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep shooting, ignore the blood in his fingers, pull a little harder.
Aran doesn't give a shit.
And same.
Aw.
Why are you sus, Dennis?
It's just watching on a workout. Normal activities.
Yeah.
You just sit. Sometimes you just sit with a bro in the living room.
Smoking weed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not this
right.
gift, Cass.
I suppose
Do you like it?
that probably brings us back inside. Or what are the folks inside getting up to at this hour? I think Svalin is casting Find Familiar.
I want to know what Thaliel's up to.
Thaliel's in the room with you.
She's right next to him.
She is actually right next to you, Swollen.
Oh no.
And she's staring at you. Because you're by the fire,
She's
right?
watching.
Of course she's also by the fire too. She would have come over and sat next to you after just a few moments.
Aw.
I would say, like, if she is like right next to him, she's very much like seeing him, like start his casting for Find Familiar, which I'll say looks like, he's going to like sort of take out his like water flask and, sort of like use shape water to sort of freeze almost like a maybe like an avocado sized like sort of slab of ice in his palm, and he's just sort of like he's taking his sickle and he's kind of just like carving into the ice.
Thaliel's intently watching Swollen do that, and she kind of lets him work in silence for a moment. He thinks perhaps that Thaliel may decide to stay quiet, but of course, within a few minutes, she shatters the silence with a question.
Of course.
And that is, so, how long have you worshipped Oral?
Svalin like kind of like not taking his eyes like off of like what he's carving. It's like kind of too early on to see exactly what he's carving, but he responds, I have dedicated my life to Earl ever since I was born. I was born into the circle, and much like my mother and the other druids, it was only fitting that I carry on her faith.
Me too. Well, I wasn't born into a circle, or an oral worshiping circle at that. I was born. Well, I guess I don't know exactly where I was born, but I was raised in the temple. So really, it's like I've known my Holy Father my whole life. Is that how you
Yes.
feel, oral?
My curiosity, I wanted to ask, well, it's not the same. I don't feel the same parentage that you feel with Lathander, but you are his daughter? I'm not quite sure. How did that happen exactly? I'm not quite sure I understand.
Oh, I wish I could tell you myself. That to say, I don't really know. I mean, I'm an Asimar. Clearly, I'm awakened to something. Thaliel kind of gets up. She stands a little bit to show him her wings again, and as she's talking, she does a cute little spin upwards to like show her flight, and she kind of lands and gracefully sits back down beside him again. And she
And
says,
no,
I
go.
don't really know. I don't know why I'm like this, but I'm happy to be.
Hmm. And are there others like you? Other Asimars? And he kind of like gestures to, like holds a hand, kind of like gestures to her wings.
Oh yeah, plenty. Well, I've never really met another one, but I've heard they're out there to different gods. Uh, there could even be some that are born to Oral. You never know. I guess it's a bit complicated. Sometimes we're not born always directly from them. Sometimes you're just a human who maybe your family did a great service a long time ago, and suddenly, your son or daughter is blessed. And they're still, I guess, your child, but they're also the God's child too. Does that make sense?
Yes, I imagine it is complicated to understand your parentage when you have never seemed to have met your father. Is that right?
If you mean if I've ever seen an exact avatar of him, um, no. But I feel him all around me. Every morning, I get to see his work rise and touch the entire land. And that's amazing. And that's proof enough that he loves me.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And you have not felt his touch here in the Dales, I imagine.
Well, it's cold in the Dales. But what about
Yes,
Oral?
that's. Uh,
Have you ever seen her? Does she.
once,
Oh, really?
when not for a long time, but I was very young and not in as much as physically, but in dreams, she used to speak to me, but I have not heard from her in some time. And as he kind of says this, like he does a particularly like sharp like cut with like cuts off like a big chunk of ice, and this the shape of the familiar sort of you kind of like can get the idea that like he's just sculpted like a wing.
Ooh.
Um, but she's not spoken to me in some time. But no, I suppose I have not seen her physically. I don't even know what. I don't. It feels like I understand what you mean. And
Yeah.
I'm beginning to maybe understand as well that you are the only person here, possibly, who can understand me on this subject.
Thaliel is beaming so brightly at you right now,
Oh, dear.
Svalin. She's wearing the biggest, dumbest grin on her face. And
Now,
she
now.
before Svalin can even react, Thaliel goes in for a
Now.
big hug, and she wraps her arms around him and buries her face in his fur, and she's saying, "Oh, Svalin, I thought we were so different, maybe even too different, but we're so alike. I never realized we had so much in common."
Oh, dear. Dear. I don't know what else I expected, honestly. Spawn is going to, like... I'm assuming she's still hugging him, so he's going to kind of, like,
Yeah, she's
try up
not
an
let go
arm and just
yet.
kind of, like...
Thaliel's a hugger.
Yeah, just, like, pat her with one hand, like, very daintily on, like, the shoulder. Avoiding her fiery wings. Not quite sure if, like, they'll burn him. Yes.
They're magic. They would not hurt you unless she specifically wanted them to hurt.
Noted. Yeah, yes. Patting Thaliel on the shoulder blade. I will admit I expected to be set aflame when you learned of my faith. But you have shown nothing but curiosity. You have surprised me, dear. Where did you say you came from again?
Thaliel finally pulls back at the question, but she hasn't let go of him yet. Her arms are still like on his, or her hands are still on his arms as she's talking. And she says, "Oh, I'm from Neverwinter. I don't really know where I was born though. My first memory was at the temple."
Never, like Svalin kind of like cocks a head. He's like, "Never winter. Well, it's always winter here."
That's
He's
an in
dead
character laugh.
Yeah.
She wipes a tear from her eye and she's like, "Now you're the one making me crack up."
He's not even, that wasn't even a joke. He's like dead serious. He's never heard of Neverwinter.
Oh, wait, you don't know? Oh, well, I guess how could you? Neverwinter is a big city. The biggest and most grand on the Sword Coast. Well, by the estimates of those who live there. And it's never winter there because our bay always manages to keep the land free of frost, even in the dead of winter. It's a beautiful place. I'd love to take all of you there someday.
Oh no, that's okay. It sounds lovely. Well, perhaps another
all right.
time, another season. Sure.
Thaliel tilts her head and she smiles a little bit. You see a little tiny bit of like her brows are furrowing just a bit, and she says, "It's all right, Svalin. You don't have to pretend like you want to go. I know that we live very, very different lifestyles."
It's I don't outwardly mean any disrespect to you.
I know. I know you
You
don't.
asked me the other day which side I would be on back in town. As far as if I had been there while Arnsworth had laid waste to the 10 towns all those years ago. And I think that where we stand on this matter fundamentally shapes how I don't think that I would belong in a place like Neverwinter, much like you don't belong in a place like the Dales, where you cannot feel Lathander.
Thaliel looks a brief as Svalin says that last part that you don't belong in the Dales. Thaliel's face betrays just a little bit of hurt, and she says, "Yeah, I guess you're right."
No.
Well,
I shouldn't be laughing. It's cute.
well, I'm here to stay until it gets figured out regardless. But, you know, if you happen to know any druid tricks that maybe make living off the land a little easier, I'd love to hear them.
I have a few. And he kind of sees her maybe dim a little bit. And he kind of adds, I know a few druids that could help us, and some tricks that do not include stone beds. And he kind of says like that last bit in sort of like a cheeky way to try to nudge and be like, no stone beds, don't worry.
It works. Thaliel
Oh,
smiles a little bit at that, and
oh, she's
then
like a
she says,
metronome.
she says, "Hey, do you know Goodberry?"
I am familiar with the spell. Why?
Yeah, but do you know it?
I don't. I do not have it prepared at the moment.
Oh, I was gonna ask for a snack.
Well, then perhaps in the morning I will assess my components and prepare a handful of good berries just for the journey ahead. Not necessarily for snacking, but to be used when they are needed. And he kind of gives her a bit of like a sideways glance, like kind of like a gentle chastise, like don't, this is medicine, I know they taste like fruit gummies, but
I want fruit gummy.
just do not eat fruit gummies. Do not overdose on fruit gummies. Listen, I love fruit gummies anyway. But I can prepare some in the morning, I suppose. And Svalin has finished carving a second wing, and I would say you can get a pretty good look at what he's carving now, to be a crow.
That's right.
Ooh.
A crow, almost like with its wings kind of folded inwards around itself, almost like a little oval shaped piece of ice, but it's it's been carved in with like the details, like very like wispy details of like the feathers of its wings kind of wrapped in itself, and then like the way that the ice has sort of like been frosted, almost like the eyes of where the eyes are of the crow like kind of seem to like glow this like bright blue.
As soon as Thaliel can recognize what the shape he's carving is, she immediately starts cooing over it and going, "Wow! All that with just a blade and some ice? Man, you and Losen really have a talent."
Yes.
Although I don't think I've ever seen Losen carve ice.
To my understanding, his preferred medium, I believe, is scrimshander or other similar bone material. I am not as adept with carving with scrimshander. He appears to best me in that particular skill.
So what's
and I'll
it
say
for?
like as he kind of like puts like the finishing touches, he says, I will show you. And he'll hold on, I have a thing. Come back to your file.
Oh, file, huh?
Oh,
File.
Amazing.
And he is going to kind of cup the shard of ice with both hands and like close his like hands over each other. And he's going to whisper Emir Suda and like throw the like open his palms and like throw the ice up, and it's going to like shift into like a raven, a white feathered raven in like flight, and it's going to like catch the still wind inside the barracks and kind of like glide back down onto Svalin's arm. And I will do. I'll put this here.
whoa!
I hope it's friendlier than that piece of shit White Raven in Baldur's Gate.
He was hot. And the little raven is going to perch itself on Svalin's like kind of lower arm and peer at him before turning to Thaliel with like, this is a white raven. By all means, it looks like a like physical, tangible raven, but as you sort of get like, you're close enough that you can see sort of like almost like a bit of frost almost coating each and every feather, and like almost like with a like spiritual fire like burning in very pale blue eyes, as the bird kind of like looks at you and like cocks its head.
Oh, wow! Svalin, I didn't know you could. Is this a friend of yours?
This is Emir. She is my spiritual companion, and I am going to attempt to send her off and send her up the valley in search of Lumi and make sure that he did not get lost and was able to find his way and perhaps convey a message that we have made it through the mines. And he's going to kind of like convey this message to Emir, who I think, as his familiar, is able to kind of understand without him needing to necessarily like puppet this out. I think he can just talk to her.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's right.
But
yeah.
but I will say, unless there's something else you want to do with Emir, otherwise she's going to, like, Svalin is going to like sort of gesture towards the open door and sort of let her, or at least perhaps like an open window, and sort of like have her fly out and just sort of like go look for Lumi and kind of like come back and be sort of like a message carrier between the two for the time being. But yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Thaliel just says she's beautiful, and that's I won't do anything else with her.
All right.
aw,
Respect.
cute.
I think that'll be that. I think
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah, I mean, do familiars have like a psychic, like,
They have telepathy.
okay, but they're caster?
Yeah, caster only.
Yeah.
Just
Because when you
making
have
sure.
when you have your familiar like pulled up, it's like you can sort of see through your familiar's eyes in combat and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, both 2014
It
and 2024 are both 100 feet telepathy.
yeah.
That's okay. I don't need the telepathy necessarily, just because presumably she'll come back and
Yeah.
yeah.
Although what I'll say is that it will take can you type the name? I think it's Imra, but I just want to like make sure I have it.
I will type it. It is in here.
Emer. Okay. Um yeah, it'll take Emer a couple of hours to find Lumi.
That's okay.
So it might be like during the long rest, but Lumi will arrive like probably not by morning just because like it is blizzarding.
Mm-hmm.
And Lumi is probably not going to like walk through the entire night.
Mm-hmm.
But or well, at least like the entire period that you guys are sleeping.
Yeah.
But
I'm not. Yeah, I think like having like maybe I maybe expect her maybe just to come back like in the morning maybe.
yeah, like it'll
I think that's a good
be
amount of time.
yeah. But she is safe. She is making her way downtown.
Making our way downtown. Yeah, but that's where I think that's a good place to end that conversation. That was really good though.
Yeah, it's some fun conversations between characters who haven't had like a conversation before. And that excites me.
But
Uh,
enough of all that stuff. What's Losen up to? What is
Nothing
our
is
scrim
fine.
shander?
Don't worry about it. No, it's fine. Actually, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
he's shandering his scrim.
Yeah.
What's running
She's
this?
scrim on my
Um,
shander until I. Oh,
Do you know
Final
that
call.
Hmm?
I was gonna say, I feel like we're going into long rest. Is there anything else people want to do before the long rest?
I don't have to roleplay it, but when Honor comes back in, he will sit with Tassir and just chat with her.
Yeah, okay.
Not the roleplay it, just like catching up. What's new in town? How's it going?
Yeah. Yeah, she seems like amenable to it. And we'll sort of like hash out what happens in that conversation later,
Oh, I'm sure.
probably. Long rest then. Is there any sort of like level up type stuff that you guys want to do that specific people rather want to do during the long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
No
Shander
way.
Immediately.
No.
Anyone else?
No.
Nope. Not me.
Okay. So as we transition into long rest, everyone can, if you haven't already, please do your long rest shit on your sheet. And
Okay.
finalize your level up stuff if you haven't already. Losen,
Mhm.
do your level up stuff.
Okay. I'll send it to you privately in the DMs. We don't have to bother the rest of the party about it. Alright. Anyway, we wake up the next day. What happens?
Danners.
Yes. Okay, fine, I'll read it out. So
Come on, man.
No, we
right.
can move on to the next day.
Okay,
No, no,
alright,
no.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's what I was looking for. All right. So, as the night rolls into close, or what passes for night in this sort of locked cycle, Listen is pleased to see that he doesn't have to sit on the floor, but he was definitely willing to. But he takes one of the beds. How far in like underground are we in this bunker? Is there a window, or is it
You guys are
too
not
many layers
underground.
deep? Sorry?
You guys are not underground.
Beautiful. So I guess maybe windows are not the best given the environment. Are there any, or is it completely walled off? Either way is fine.
You guys are on, I'd say, like the third floor. And there are windows, but like not. There's like one at the end of like the room. You guys are not in like a terribly well windowed room.
That's all right. He'll for nothing else, if like he doesn't mind the cold over much, he'll stay by the window.
The cold never bothered him anyway.
And especially because he's planning not to sleep. He is going to basically arrange the bed sheets on the bed, folding them quite like carefully and neatly, and then he'll sort of place a pillow in the center of the bed, and sort of take up a position of reverie, hoping to sort of do the trance that elves are so famous for, and be able to like rest fully in even quite inclement conditions. I just see that I heard something and then saw Art go on mute, so I'm not sure if I should continue. I'm kind of stalling for time. Oh.
I'm here, I'm just being polite.
Okay. All right, in which case, achieving reverie is a point of pride amongst many drow. Even the pinnacles of Menzo Baranazan's elite might find this Fey-born connection denied to them. But for Losen, this has never been a joyous process. He settles in under Icewind's true night, seated with arms delicately brought together before him. The process of reverie is well documented, and Losen begins one of many mental exercises that should revitalize the spirit, mind, and form. Yet, though his earthly senses bear witness to the crunch of fresh snow outside, the crackle of the fire within the center of the room, the acrid but not unpleasant scent of smoke, his mind is drawn elsewhere unbidden. Scenes that creep ever closer until their faux reality is overwhelming. Could the enormity of the gem-laced chasm before him swallow his guilt? He looks to his hands, long since stained crimson and scarlet. Reflected in the matrices of crystals before him, they appeared only as a clean purple grey. But how could that be so? How, when Gore and Ica had sunk more than skin deep to inundate the very core of his being? He looks up, the crystal's image shifting to reveal a haunted, scarred face. A face Losen has never met, different to his own, but one that he knows all too well. If each foe before him has slain as many as he, then would not this cycle consume all drow? And if not, were these adversaries fresh-faced, hopeful of a life free from bloodshed after this singular moment, hopeful until their last? at the edge of his blade. For one vivid instant, he considers casting himself from the precipice, but he knows that it would not be a true end, no. At least alive, he has some semblance of control. And if not that, then at least he can remember. He pulls a cloak tight across polished armor and turns sharply upon his heel. Soon the walls and the arachno constructs of Menzoberranzan crest the horizon before him. As the shadows of the wall loom and overtake the lone figure, Losen feels scant rays of moonlight trace his skin, and the quiet rhythm of delicate, featherless wings. The vision becomes distorted first, then faint, and soon after Losen drifts from tortured reverie to a peaceful, moonlit sleep. To those in the party who find Losen afterwards, perhaps at a change in watch, he's now lying backwards, legs still in a seated position, but his arms pulled to his side by the change in posture. A large, furred, silver moth is huddled upon his chest, as if for warmth, rising and falling slightly with Losen's now untroubled breaths. Gossamer wings shroud the sleeping elf from any frigid draughts. That's that.
That was so good.
There we go. So funny that we got two people casting Find Familiar. Remember a year ago when I asked if you guys are okay with insects?
No, I don't remember.
This has
I
been
I
the
don't either.
plan for a year.
Yes!
So
Yes!
finally it happened.
Finally.
Yay!
But also, I have a little bit of a revelation behind the scenes of perhaps why Losen is so twitchy whenever he sleeps. There we go. Yeah.
Right. And is that's done? Listen, is
He's
I almost said
conked.
complete.
Yeah.
He's conked
He's
out.
conked.
He's asleep.
Oh my gosh, he's asleep. Crazy.
Yeah, he's taking a full 8-hour sleep. He ain't trancing.
Wow.
All right. Thaliel.
So literally,
What's
I
up?
have two photos picked for like the sort of visual of the moth. It's I was gonna do a drawing as well, but it's a combination of two types of moth. The silk moth and the clouded silver moth. And the silk moth is that moth that's dapping 5. So literally, that's one of the moths, and then the other moth is this one.
Wait, you might want to
Spoiler? Oh yeah,
spoiler.
true. Because of Matt.
Matt,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I checked in the group chat with everyone.
Yeah.
But I forgot about that
Yeah.
Matt wasn't in the group chat.
For some reason, I
Um,
thought we were still in the group chat. I forget we're in VC chat.
yeah.
This is VC Overflow is just the group chat too.
Mhm.
For
Yeah.
like 99% of the time.
Oh,
But anyways, Thaliel.
What's up?
Uh-oh.
In the depths of dreams, you feel something reach to you, and you feel as though your eyes are opening groggily and hazily. And you hear a voice to you say, "Congratulations on slaying your first aberration."
Wait,
Huh?
actually, it's Thaliel that's the isekai?
Do I know
Kyle
this
is the guy.
Yes,
Do I
you do.
Do I know this voice?
Yes, you do know this voice.
She's going to say, "You,
I've got my guess.
you mean that?"
There is a long moment of silence, and then you hear the voice respond, "Sure enough."
I, it's been a while. Thaliel turns around.
Um,
No, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I want a descriptor of what she sees first.
It is a little bit difficult to make out. There's this sort of like haze of like dream existing. But you feel sort of like the familiar like light and color of the name's it's Elysium or Arcadia.
I think it's Elysium.
Yeah, okay. Sort of like the familiar lights and sort of like color of sort of like the vistas of Elysium. Um, Feeling a little bit like you're viewing them through almost like a fractal or a frost. Um, just a little bit distant. And sort of like the form um of a figure cloaked in fiery red um turned not towards you but to the side. You make out the features of a beautiful face that are focused on something that they're holding that you can't quite make out.
Okay. All right. Upon seeing that, Thaliel is going to drop to her knee, and she's going to say, "Paneda, I'm sorry. I know I did not come to slay an aberration."
Um, Canada. Um, Here I'll type it. So yeah. Panetta, sort of like takes a moment, and the response is almost flippant, as they say, "Why would I be upset with you for killing an aberration?"
Uh, I, well, that it was a waste of time, perhaps.
Probably, but it's, well, one one less aberration in this world is good for us all, don't you think?
Without a doubt.
Um, there you listen as footsteps approach you, um, and Panetta's hand comes down on your shoulder. Um,
Ah. Thaliel stays perfectly still in her kneeling position.
um, Look up at me, child.
Thaliel obeys.
Um, at this distance, you see the features of this figure a little bit more clearly. Um, Eyes so deep, so deep, like orange and red, that they almost feel more saturated, more vibrant than your eyes can truly like process. Um, cutting straight through, sort of like this visual haze. And in one hand, this figure is holding something. You can't quite make it out, but they offer it towards you.
Thaliel is going to reach for it, but just before she fully grasps it, she's going to hesitate for just a moment, and she's going to look at Panada seekingly and say, "A gift."
Consider it payment of sorts.
Thaliel knows it is rare to receive gifts from Panada, so she reaches out and accepts it.
You feel the form of fiery power, similar to but different from the fiery power that courses within you innately. It's sharper, almost a little bit painful, but you feel it sort of like wriggle in and nestle in your breast, and you know sort of innately that this is um, a power given to you that you will have and will be able to wield going forward.
She's just gonna
And
cry out a little bit and like kind of clutch at the place where she kind of feels this magic surging. It's almost an involuntary response.
mhm. In sort of like this pain, Thaliel like begins to awaken, and Panada's hand pulls away from her shoulder, as the dream starts to sort of like be pulled from Thaliel. Light begins to like become spotty. The vista like blurs further, and Panada sort of like walks away from Thaliel. And
As oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, as Panada is walking away and the dream is fading, Thaliel is calling out and saying, "Wait, Panada, what have you given me?"
Panada stops for a moment, turns on sort of like just like the ball of their foot to face you for just a moment, and says, "Power, dear girl. What else?" And the dream is sort of ripped from Thaliel, and in sort of like the last moments, um, it's almost so swimmingly, so like between the realm of like dream and wake, that Thaliel is not sure of what exactly Panada says next. Um, something has essentially been kind of cut off there, as Thaliel sort of like awakens in bed, staring at the ceiling, um, sweating and like breathing heavily.
Oh man, Thaliel just lays there and kind of gets her bearings. She goes to instinctively touch the place on her chest where she felt that power
Mhm.
sort of being implanted into her, and does she feel anything different about this spot now that she's in the waking world?
Um, she can definitely feel like in the waking world, it feels a little bit less like a specific spot on her body. and a little bit more like spiritual. Um, but there is definitely like this is your warlock level up. You feel a significant amount of like power um at your fingertips now that you can will forward.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. I like the idea of like Thaliel having a bad dream and then waking up and be like, oh, I'm like more powerful now? Hell yeah.
God.
Average warlock reaction.
Dream was a
Average
trap.
warlock reaction.
She accepts this, like, but she's kind of like hesitant about it. Like how she feels right now, I would say
Mhm.
she is happy to have been granted a gift from Paneda, but she's also like, what? This is, Paneda is not a wasteful patron. I'm going to need this, I assume. Otherwise, they never would have deigned to give it to me. Which
Mm.
really means the road ahead will surely be long and fraught. Or maybe they expect me to face more aberrations. I don't know.
Yeah, just go kill some more aberrations for Panada. Sure, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. All right. In my head this was like all like towards the end of Thaliel sleeping, like you're just having like a normal ass dream, and then all of a sudden the dream just gets weird.
Yes. Oh man, that's really fun.
Yes.
Like Thaliel's like
She
dreaming
should have
about like
been
flying. Oh, go ahead.
about what?
I was gonna say Thaliel's like dreaming about like flying over Neverwinter and like handing out flowers, and then all of a sudden it just gets way too real.
Yeah, exactly. And Svalin is there in Neverwinter because of the
Yeah, that's how you
conversation they
know.
had in her dream. She's like, "Oh, hey, Svalin," and then things start getting weird.
Yeah. And so in my head, like Thaliel is sort of like waking up like very shortly before like other people are beginning to like arouse. Um, so she is not like awake for very long by herself.
Well, she would not be kept down very long. Thaliel kind of sighs to herself and knows once she's awake, she's not going back to bed. So she gets up, thinking to herself, although the sun may not rise, I can still conquer the day. And she is gonna start uh, gathering up all of her things and getting ready to move out of this barrack.
Well,
Yeah.
you would probably be the first then to see Zamoth.
Oh yes, she is going to notice the moth, but she's going to kind of look around for an open window to see if something had flown in somehow. Actually, can I do an Arcana check?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
See if if Thaliel can parse that the moth is not a physical moth. Uh-oh. Well,
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I mean that's an 11.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'll say you quite literally just saw like Svalin like make a familiar like last night. Um so with that sort of like fresh in your mind, you sort of think that this is like there's something about it that like doesn't quite look like a real animal. Like you've never seen a moth like this, and you have like some suspicion that like a real moth probably couldn't survive just like in the blizzard.
Yeah, it is very
Uh,
furry, but
gotcha.
also, I didn't give a description of the moth. This might actually be a good time to do it. I did a bit of it, like it's got gossamer wings and all that sort of stuff, and that's the sort of size of it is enough to cover Lucian's chest. But it is, its name is Alvacar, but no one will know that until Lucian says it later. Um, but it's a combination of silk and clouded silver moths generally. And though its main body is about a foot from head to tail, so not that large, she sports a grand wingspan many times her length. And these wings, as they as you get further back towards the sort of the trailing edge of the wing, much like how it gets darker on the clouded silver moth, which is the one in the photo that's from like dead above. Instead of just going down to a brown or an off black in sort of warm tones, instead it turns to a little bit more of a cooler tone. And part of the magical origin of the animal is visible there, as it's almost becomes a little bit starry, like a night sky. So that same sort of phenomenon is also present at the ends of its antennas, which are like thin and white, but taper to this darker purpley, bluey, greeny black, flicking and inclining depending on its mood. So it is too also resting on Losin's chest. The antenna are flicking slightly as it's dreaming. It does have a proboscis. It is an insect, but it is delicately curled and hidden amongst a collar of fur, giving it more of a mammalian expression. So it doesn't visibly have a proboscis. This fur extends to the rest of its body, but is thickest in this big sort of like mane around the head, and behind the head, giving the impression of like a big, fur collar kind of situation, or like the silk moth does this in the second photo.
How big is it?
But it's it's only like a foot in length, but its wingspan is like 2 to 3 feet wide. So it's a foot is only like 30 centimeters.
You say only, that's a big moth.
It's big for a
it's
moth, but it's not like
huge moth.
huge.
It is absolutely crazy sized moth, but it'd be comparable to a big bird.
So you can pet it.
You can pet it, yeah.
Important to know.
And it's very, which once again, it's not, you're not normally able to see bugs this big, so it does kind of have this mammalian vibe to it, despite being a bug, just because it does look like it's like fluffy in a way.
Cute.
Yeah.
Thaliel is looking at it, and she is looking around, like, well, I'm sure Losin knows, or he will, and won't be alarmed.
Yeah, you probably would have figured out. There's a big bird, big moth on him, and Losin seems to be smiling in his sleep for the first time. He's having peaceful.
Aww.
No.
And because he's smiling, Thaliel's not gonna wake him.
Oh.
The idea of like everyone getting up before Losin because he's oversleeping because of his moth is really funny to me.
Yeah, he's in like big like cat resting on me, I can't move kind of situation right now. He's locked in.
That's the Benadryl moth.
Yeah. Everyone just like, what the fuck?
I think I would be like,
Yeah.
oh, what a big cute moth. Look at that moth. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, exactly. He has to do the like cut the sleeve, but for the cat, not for the
Wait, stop it.
the human.
Gay moth. All right. As you guys are sort of like beginning to wake up for the next day, what are you guys planning on doing exactly? Are you planning on heading straight to Kelvin's cairn? Are you guys wanting to like loiter around a little bit? Lumi will probably show up. Let me do a quick roll for what's going on with Lumi.
Lumi's death saves.
No!
No!
Why would you do
No.
such a thing?
Lumi shows up like in the early morning, like mid-morning. So essentially, if you guys want to like head out to Kelvin's Cairn immediately, Lumi won't show up. But I also don't know if you guys want to take Lumi to Kelvin's Cairn anyways, or if you guys want to. I don't know what your plan was there.
I think.
You could leave him here.
I don't want to leave him here. I'm gonna send him home to the
Okay.
circle.
Oh.
But
to the circle.
yeah, just because like I don't want to. Spawn does not want to send him back to 10 Towns by himself, and he definitely doesn't trust the valley. So I think, and Lumi understands the lay of the land well enough that even without Svalland, he could find his way back to the circle.
Okay.
So, but I think I don't know if there's a way for Lumi to get down into the valley where we are, unless we're meeting up with him at the base of the mountain. I thought we were meeting him at the base, which was my understanding, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that was my understanding as well. But
okay.
I guess what I mean is if you guys like basically like start heading up the mountain immediately, Lumi will wait at the base of the mountain for you guys.
Okay. Is the blizzard still on, or has it died out overnight?
Ooh, that is. Let me check my weather chart.
Oh.
Oh, weather chart.
I have a weather chart.
Weather boy.
Weather boy.
It is snowing, but it is no longer blizzarding.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It is a light snow that it impacts visibility, but there's no like howling winds or like inclement weather. It's a little bit warmer. However much that counts for this.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, let's do this, or let me make a proposition here. Like I think my assumption is that we are freshly rested, and that maybe we're kind of just going to gather our things and make our way towards the mountain. I think there's not going to be a lot of loitering around unless other people have specific plans to loiter around for specific like supplies or something that we might need. But I don't think we're going like into the cliffs to look for like Battlehammer Clan.
No, I think Honor would have pushed to wake up a bit earlier, if possible, to get a move.
Yeah.
So we'll run into
Lumi
at the base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry,
at the very least.
saying?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying Thaliel would also want to get a move on. She's worried about Garrett.
Dog dad.
Yeah. I was going to echo that as well, which is like at this point Garrett has been missing for
Yeah, we gotta
I mean, it probably took Good Boy like a good day or two to get to Bryn Shander or like close to Targus. So I think you guys have been around for like 4 days.
This is the 4th day, yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, Garrett has essentially been missing for like a week. So
he's fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
We could have got last night anyway, so.
Yeah.
Well, I guess only one way to find out.
Get a hustle on.
Yeah. As you guys sort of like begin to head out, Tissel kind of like is waking up. She has like a fresh mug of like hot drink, and she sort of like flags you guys down real quick and says, "Did you remember to turn the heater off?"
I'm sure someone would.
Yeah.
Did we remember to turn the thing off that you did not tell us to turn off?
I think Loison might have thought He might have been sensible enough.
It's fine if you guys didn't. I just need to make sure that I go up there and turn it off, so you guys don't burn down my guardhouse.
Uh,
Honor
let's roll
will,
a dice.
Honor will run back and check.
Thaliel's thinking, I don't remember.
On a 13 plus listen tender.
Honor.
Lawson did not. Lawson, the
Listen,
last
turn it
guy
off.
in the house did not turn it off.
Honor goes back up there, douses like the fire, I assume, and then comes back down. And Tissel is sort of like waiting for him to come back down. And in sort of like that between time, she begins to sort of like get a map of Kelvin's cairn out, and she lays it flat on a table in sort of like this lounge room area, and she sort of like gathers you all around, and she's all right. Well, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but there's a second way up Kelvin's cairn. There's an ice cave that sort of like begins underneath the mountain. It's a bit of a secret. So I would ask you guys to not tell anyone else that you know about the hidden cave.
Secret tunnel. Yeah.
But she sort of like shows you guys on the map. She's like, this is, this is where people would usually go up the mountain, pointing to the outside. And then she sort of like motions to like, you guys would have to travel about 30 minutes to an hour, like around the mountain. But she says, I don't know that you guys will be able to find your guy on the way up doing this. But you guys would be protected from inclement weather. It goes up towards the peak, and then you guys could come down the usual way, and then you wouldn't have to trek up and down in the snow.
My, how canny.
That's just my suggestion, anyways.
It's a good suggestion.
Thalia's going to step forward and start shaking her hand a little bit too excitedly, and says, "Thank you so much for telling us about the secret tunnel. I promise I won't tell anyone."
Thaliel, I mean this in the kindest way possible. Do not mention this.
I won't. I
Okay.
promise. Not even to Zabrak.
We will make sure she doesn't. And Aranis is also going to reach his hand out.
Everyone's just putting a hand on.
Thaliel adds her hand.
Tissel seems like a little bit confused about why everyone wants to shake her hand all of a sudden, but is just sort of like confusedly, like she's openly like baffled, but is letting it happen. And she's like, all right, I guess.
Can I roll sleight of hand?
Oh my god.
Aranis!
Whether I can feel the coin. I want to feel the coin first.
Roll sleight of hand.
Oh god.
Oh god. Oh god.
Why is Uranus like this?
I rolled a 23.
Fucking hell.
23. So like, are you trying to feel the coin in her hand?
Oh, I want to, because do I know? All I know is that something slipped out of her like sleeve or something. Do I from the day before?
It was like seemed to drop like from her hand, and then she like picked it up and then like tucked it back like into like her shirt, like her jacket, I guess.
I guess I would only be able to sleight of hand if I felt something like a coin in the vicinity of a handshake.
Yeah,
So,
it's not. You would be able, I suppose you would be able to like check and find that there's like nothing that seems to be like sewn into like her sleeve or anything, or nothing else that's
Oh,
in
yeah.
her sleeve or her glove.
Yeah.
But beyond that, you can tell with certainty there is nothing for you to steal in her glove or her sleeve.
Okay. Okay, that's all good then. I think he was just curious.
All right.
It was just a nice handshake.
Yeah, she does reach into her pocket though, and pull out a cast iron key on like a string.
Ooh.
And she holds it out and begins sort of like handing it towards Honor specifically.
He will quickly
Oh.
take it. Well, everyone else does.
Master of the key.
Hmm.
It's okay. You can keep that. You just can't have the sending stone.
Wait, so does she say what the key's for? Sorry.
No.
No.
If anyone asks, she'll say that it's it opens up the gate to get into the cave, the ice cave essentially.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to lock it behind us.
Appreciated. It does open up other doors in the caves, of course, like the one at the peak. I probably wouldn't worry about using it like anywhere else though.
Okay.
Noted.
Well, and she mentions, she was like, I remembered you talking about your guy the other night. And I did go through the logbooks. I wasn't on guard duty when your guy came through. But it looks like your guy came through about 7 days ago.
Oof.
With an entourage of 3 people and a sled dog team. Does that Garrett Velrin, I think? Does that sound
yeah.
correct?
That's good, Dad.
That sounds right.
Okay.
You, you will kneel down next to Good Boy. Is that his name, boy?
Good Boy sort of like gives like a little like beep, and his like tail kind of like wags at the tip.
Aye, that's the man. That's our mark.
Tissel seems a little like openly concerned about the fact that you're asking the dog for the guy's name, but she doesn't comment on it, but you can tell she's not even hiding it. You can tell on her face that she's a little bit confused by this. BB, no.
Maybe has something to add.
Yeah, she's trying to type on my computer.
Oh my god.
Honestly, you guys don't even know if
Yeah, I do think the dog was just positively responding to anything.
yeah, you guys don't know what the dog is responding to.
Allah is choosing not to inside check. He believes him.
But she sort of like brings out the logbook, and you can see there's like a few other like names listed, sort of like coming before and after, but they stop pretty shortly after. Like
The
within
avalanche.
like the next day, the logs stop. But you can see that a name called Garrett Velrin came to this area. Like the gatehouse stayed the night, along with 3 people named Asterix, Perilou, and Mokingo.
Is there a Torg on the list?
Ooh, are you looking or are you asking Tissel?
He'll ask.
She like verbally responds like, "Oh, and she's like, She kind of like leafs through the pages and says, I mean, like, Torg's caravan, I
Aye.
mean, they come through here occasionally.
Recently?
How recently is recent?
Last 10 days.
She sort of like flips through and she said, well, I can at least tell you they haven't clocked in at the gate in the past 2 days, which are the days that I've been, like, constantly, like, the only one at the gatehouse here. But I wouldn't say there's like a rare sight. Torg's caravan like comes through here every so often, I guess.
Aye. We're looking for them too.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
We're looking for them too.
Ah, okay.
They're not to be
Um,
trusted.
well, that's obvious.
Hmm.
I mean, fuck, they like fence stolen shit. I mean, we don't really have any like reason to turn them away exactly at the gatehouse. But I mean, they're obviously a little seedy.
Oda will like
I'm
regard the particle. Do you mind if I fill her in?
Yeah, Lyson gives a like knowing head nod.
Right. Well, we are investigating a murder that happened in. Was it Prince Shadow?
Uh,
I think
throughout
it's
the
been all over.
Just all over? Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so. There's been some murders happening around town, and the murders are done with a mysterious weapon. And people have seen folks from Torg's caravan supposedly walk out into the snow and manifest a blade of pure ice. So, concerning things.
Yeah, I mean that certainly doesn't sound great.
Hmm.
Shit.
Correct choice of words.
I haven't seen them come through here. Well, I think it was a couple of days ago, after the avalanche, there was a caravan that passed by on the snow but didn't stop at the gatehouse here.
Apparently they
I
came this direction, and
yeah, I
I
mean,
have an unconfirmed suspicion they may have caused the avalanche.
oh
That's
shit.
just
I
pure
mean,
conjecture, though. There's no evidence. But it's convenient.
yeah, I mean, I guess the caravan would have passed by shortly after the avalanche. I
Mm.
mean, it only stuck out to me because I remember seeing it and thinking that it was bizarre because uh by that time some of the like we had gotten word here that the road had been closed essentially. And so there wasn't anyone coming from that direction, so it was very bizarre to see a caravan coming from that direction. But it was sort of at a distance, so I couldn't tell you for sure if that was Torgs or not.
See, it like rubs his face, notably. Was it heading towards Karakonik?
I mean, the road from here leads to both of Ker Kunig and Ker Dinaval and splits off. So yes, but I don't know.
Alright, well, good information nonetheless. Don't stick your head out, but, you know.
I'll stick my head out however much I feel like, and you won't concern yourself. But I'll keep that in mind because, well, I can tell you, uh, we probably would rather not have any murders here in the Cragdowns.
Right.
Not that there's a whole lot of people to murder here, but
It's one less thing the 10 towns needs.
yeah, well, she sort of like slaps on her, like she's kind of going for like a shot side slash shoulder slap. But she's like a very short dwarf, so she's just kind of like slapping him in the thigh. And so she goes, all right, get a move on, you guys.
Thank you, Tissel. You stay safe.
Do my best.
Honor will crouch down and shoulder slap
Thank
her.
you again, Thistle.
Tissel like offers Thaliel like a thumbs up, and then says again, "Remember, don't tell anyone about the cave."
I'll keep her
Thalia
honest.
makes a zipping motion across her lips.
What cave?
Alright, let's fuck off.
All right.
Let's make like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
So it takes you guys some amount of time. Let me see. Let me do my math. Let me look at my map. My map. Who's snapping?
Does Felon have speak with animals?
Yep.
That was okay.
Sorry, I put my mouth.
Awesome. We might later on need to ask Good Boy if you could remember the way to Garrett.
Yeah.
I can.
Might be a good option.
I will say it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it would be
So-
like a in the moment thing.
I'll wait until.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys need it.
assuming that also Good Boy is going to sort of, like, once we get closer to Garrett, he's going to start physically indicating, like, we're almost here, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there anything else you guys want to do, or are you guys on your way to the cairn?
We're on the way.
Cairn
Oh, yeah,
time.
sorry, I mean, what I do want to do is, I mean, Lyson probably would have done this upon waking up, but he does want to introduce everyone to the moth. It's not just a weird, random fucking moth that showed up. Which it is, but yeah. Listen, I suppose we'll go back in time, but all the other stuff past that will happen. There's no, it's not change the course of history. But as he wakes up, he'll sort of like very groggily, because he's not breaking out of a trance. He's literally waking up. We'll see his new fairy companion, and we'll smile and comment on how long it's been. It's been many years. I'm glad to see I'm of any interest to you after all. He's referring to it as if he was not the one who summoned it. So he gives a little scritch on its little furry chin. He sort of like sits up, he like picks it up on his arm, like one might a bird, though instead of being sort of like tall like a hawk is when it's perched on a gaunt, like on a the leather glove. The Alva is sort of long instead, and so sort of sits along the length of Lison's arm, sort of. So Listen holds his arm out kind of more straight than you would with like a hawk or something like that. He says, "Well, let's no need to be a stranger. Let's introduce you to the team, and we'll take her around and introduce her to the crew." So he'll tell you all that her name is Alva Cull, and that she has been a companion to him in the years past, but he has not seen her since the Evernight since the Everwinter. And gives them sort of gives them a bit of a rundown of the new third companion.
Is she amenable to being petted? May I pet her? The lady.
Thanks, Vaughn. Listen laughs and says, "Of course, she would love that." And in turn, the little moth like ducks down her head to give you a spot to pat on the top.
I will scratch the shit out of her head.
Yeah, you'll find that it is luxuriously soft. Almost like there's not a single bit of matting anywhere in the hair, which sort of gives rise to the fact that it is not necessarily a corporeal creature, but it feels solid to your hand. And yeah, it sort of like bends its you know how like cats sort of like angle their ears when you like pat their head.
Mhm.
The antenna sort of like swish to the side to allow ample room for petting.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, good girl.
She's a real sweetie, but don't go too easy on her. She'll use you to get everything she wants.
And she'll win, won't she?
Oh, cute.
So her favorite food is of course honey. In the 10 towns, it's nectar and such things, but of course it is hard to find. So she'll lap up honey when she can, and other sweets. She loves sugars and any sort of sweet treats like that.
Well, next
Very
time I'm in the
smart.
10 towns, I'll definitely stop by and get some 10 towns honey from the Good Meat Factory for you, won't I, lovely? Oh, yes, I will.
Listen laughs and then shakes his head in like mock horror, like, oh no, it's already begun. But he like sneaks, while he's saying that, he like sneaks her a little treat. Honor is not alone in being under the Silver Lady's sway. And yeah, people wouldn't know this, but yeah, Alva means silver, as you might expect from the thing. But Alvakal is like the silver truth.
Cute.
Which in a thing in Drow culture is more of a like a statement than it may seem. It is not a word that is used lightly, which even though Lawson is like acting very like, oh, she's a just a cute little creature that like is very mischievous and just wants its sweets. The name alone implies some sort of not severity, but there is some amount of weight to their relationship. But no one would know that except for actually no wait, people fucking would because everyone speaks fucking Drow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't believe it is an Elvish word. I think it is a Drow word. Because it is so loaded in Drow society.
Yeah.
That the word, like the Elvish word for trust, simply isn't used because
They don't have it.
trust is there. Yeah, exactly. But our good friend Aranis, who apparently knows everything, might pick it up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So Lawson just says, "This is my friend, who I have not seen." Okay, yeah.
Not seen in many years, and introduces, this is Alvakel, this is Aranis. That sort of thing.
Uranus is suspicious but doesn't say anything.
If I were more mentally inclined, I'd get myself a pet, I think.
Cute.
Thistle kind of like looks at the dog and then looks at Honor and doesn't say anything.
Oh, he's not mine. That's Garrett's sled dog, actually.
She has a dad
Sure.
already.
Yeah, but, 2 dads already. But what's wrong with 3? You can just
Yeah.
keep
The
dads.
communal custody dog.
As
the
Honor
polycule
is,
dog.
as Honor is, Critch Good Boy said,
Hey,
and
the
Avila said.
polycule is between Honor, Garrett, and his husband. That's all out, man.
All right. Are we on to Kelvin's cairn now?
We are
Yeah.
on to Kelvin's care, I believe.
All right. It takes you guys, I'd say like about 45 minutes to actually get to sort of like the base of the cairn from where you guys are.
Mhm.
Like it is not like very far, but just sort of like the combination of it being like it's a decent distance, and then there is sort of like not like very much like road for you guys to pass to get there.
Mhm.
It takes you guys, or hold on, let me stop there. There is sort of like a lodge that sits at sort of like the base of the path up into Kelvin's cairn. It has it's sort of like one of those cold weather lodges that people put up in sort of like very very cold areas, where it doesn't seem to belong to anyone. It is quite literally just sort of like a shelter erected there for people to come use it if they need to. Next to it, like you if you it like swings straight open if you guys try the front door, and there is essentially like there's no furniture inside. It's just a room.
Keeps the snow off you.
Yeah.
There's Wilson's room with a door.
Yeah. Next to it is a what do you call it? Like a like little structure where you park sleds.
Mm.
I guess like
And
a sled board, if you will.
yeah. There is one of those there, and there is a dog sled that is slightly covered in snow. Or like significantly covered in snow. It's almost buried, having just been sort of like left here in sort of like the mostly open like blizzard for a few days.
Mm.
Like a week's worth of snow, as in
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett.
Could be.
Could be.
Good Boy does sort of like move over to it and sort of like begin investigating it. It seems like something familiar to him, so.
The sniffer.
This big sniff.
Big sniff.
He's doing a big sniff.
There are also a couple of lumps in the snow nearby the sled that Good Boy seems to avoid.
Is it?
Lumps.
Oh, is it the dead sled dogs?
Possibly.
No! No, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Possibly emphasis on the paw.
Yeah, we don't know if it's true, but yeah.
Yeah.
Should probably investigate it. Oh.
I'll say Good Boy certainly doesn't want to go near them.
I guess. I want to like quickly check it.
Aranis is. We'll go and check it. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll just like pull apart some snow.
Yeah, I will
obviously
say,
fur?
unfortunately, you guys are. You guys' hunch was correct. It seems some of the dogs did not leave the sled during the blizzard.
Like they were still tied to the sled and couldn't leave, or
No, they were not tied
Yeah.
to the sled. It seems that they just didn't want to desert in the blizzard.
Don't make me cry.
No, we're gonna save everyone. It's okay. We're gonna be the hero.
They're definitely okay.
I believe.
Definitely.
I believe. I'm with Dalio. My heart is pure and free.
Well, we
Um,
don't have the time to bury them now, but maybe later.
I think it's a solid maybe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Quick question, Hub.
Yes.
Do you think that Wolf's Fallen would be able to speak to Good Boy without needing like speak with animals if they're both like dogs or canine-esque?
What is the Court of DMs? Because I'm not entirely sure how that works. I think
It's kind
I
of
think what
DM flavor.
yeah.
I mean, like the thing is, like Salen could just cast speak with
Speak with
animals
animals.
and do
Yeah.
it anyway. So it's not like this is a thing that is like impossible for Svelin to do otherwise. So for flavor,
Yeah.
I just let it happen because especially since speak with animals is that a ritual? 5e. Click 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 click.
It's more so like I
Yes.
wouldn't. Yeah, like they're the same. I'm mostly just asking this because they would be like the same species, as opposed to like
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
if Good Boy were not a dog, I wouldn't assume that they would speak the same. I mean, maybe like slightly different. Like maybe Good Boy speaks it in a slightly different tongue
Well,
because he's a domesticated species or something like that.
here's the thing. Svalin has seen Good Boy,
Mhm.
so that means that Svalin can wild shape into the same kind of dog as Good Boy,
Yeah.
the Dalehound. So
Mm.
the only thing that I was sort of like weighing it against is speak with animals like a ritual cast, because
it
if
is. So it's yeah.
my only thought on that was that if it isn't a ritual cast, it would feel I would have to like weigh it against like if I would want it to like if I would want to like keep speak with animals sort of like a special thing that you have to like spend a spell slot on essentially.
Mhm.
But also you have to spend a wild shape charge anyways. So I think
Mhm.
that would be fine. But since it's a ritual cast, it's like whatever. You could like you are spending a currency here that you don't need to do this essentially. So
Right.
So go for it.
yeah, so go for it.
I think Spawn is going to just. I think seeing the bodies of these wolves and I guess maybe or these other dogs. Sorry.
Yeah.
And maybe Good Boy's like avoidance of them, kind of realizing what they are, is going to wild shape into his wolf form. You know, white wolf's fallen, and like he's going to like sort of like just there's no time to do a grave, there's no time to do a burial, so just kind of like touch his nose like lightly to the dead bodies of these two dogs, and like in respect and sort of like I'll come back and give you a proper burial,
Aw.
and also just to be in this form so he can communicate more easily with Good Boy for the time being.
Cute. Good Boy does sort of like make like a physical body movement that sort of like portrays thank you in dog essentially. He's not sort of like specifically like saying thank you, but he is expressing gratitude in sort of like doggish language.
Cute. I think Isfallen just like looks at him and says, like just says one word. He just says pack.
And in response, Good Boy will say, separated. We got separated.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Well, there's no use probably tracking the scent from the sled or anything because the sled is still here. But
Yeah.
I guess to the base of the mountain we go.
Yeah. You can't use
All
the sled,
right.
unfortunately. That's why it's
Yeah.
here.
Unless you want to use the sled.
We might use it on the way back, like unironically, but yeah, the reason it's here is because it's not going to be useful on the mountain.
Yeah. It takes you guys about another hour-ish to sort of like get around the side of the mountain because it's almost on the backside. And frankly, you guys almost walk past the entrance to the cave. It is well hidden.
Secret almost.
Yeah, it's sort of like invisible from sort of like the path around the mountain. Um sort of like tucked behind like tree cover and like what little amount of like brush grows in this like cold climate. And inset a little bit inside a cave entrance that begins to kind of like weave downward. It is a small insofar that it is like you guys are going to have to like duck your head to get in like through here. But it is sort of like a wooden slat door reinforced with iron, with a pretty large like iron padlock across the front of it. It reminds you a little bit of like a storm shelter door or like a trap door.
I get. Is it like angled down at all, or like
A little bit, but it's angled, but it's not like totally like angled down. It's just sort of it almost looks like it's more like set into the shape of the mountain.
Well,
Gotcha.
Anna will unlock it and take the lead through, and be sure, double check that it's locked as they go back.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You guys swing open the doors, you enter, you lock it behind you, and you guys follow this sort of like dark pathway that leads deeper and deeper into the mountain. Until you sort of like come into this sharp curve. And when you do so, you guys almost have to hold your hands up to protect your eyes from light. In sort of like the middle of this mountain is a large cavern of ice. Set far, far up into the cavern above you are arcane lights that are sort of like bouncing and glittering inside of like the carved ice walls on the interior of this mountain.
Wow.
It almost reminds you guys of like a large glittering foyer with a path leading upwards and other paths leading elsewhere. And that is where we'll call it.
Yippee!
Yay!
Wow.
Wow.
Congratulations on making it to Kelvin's Cairn.
We did it.
Yay!
Kelvin.
I'm so worried about Good Boy's dad, though.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm
It's been a week.
scared.
Sorry about it.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
Valiel, you have one more week to save the Dales.
3 days.
If only you didn't take the detour with the aberration.
Probably be fine.
Something tells me
Hey.
the aberration
Well,
would have found us anyway.
That scene was so good, though.
Yeah, this was a really good session. Lots of really
Valio.
good roleplay in this one.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm
like
really happy.
the whole party got a really good moment in this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
everyone.
everyone.
It was very cute like that.
I am incredibly happy. It also feels like we got a lot of conversations between characters who haven't had a conversation, like a good conversation before. So
Yeah.
that was
Mm-hmm.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Wahoo, wahoo.
Ooh, I should also mention, because 2 weeks from now is the weekend between Christmas and New Year's.
Yes.
Bus tide.
Bus tide.
I'm down for it, but I'm
Yeah, I should be free.
Yeah. I mean, I should
will.
pay to do that, but I understand if other people are not.
I don't think
Um,
I'll be around, but I'm okay for
Okay.
next weekend.
I think I
I
will
can't
be
do
in the
next
car.
Yeah.
weekend, but I can probably do January the 2nd if that's okay with people.
It should be okay.
That'll be the 3rd for Australians.
Yeah.
I think I will still be out of town. I will be at your house, actually, Hub.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I will be at.
Huh?
I'm gonna be in North Carolina.
Yeah.
On a trip. Literally,
Wait,
like
that's so cool.
an hour from Hub's house.
Yeah.
Oh my god, have fun.
Yay.
Are you guys gonna meet up?
We're gonna try to, but
Yeah, we're gonna try to assess the vibes.
yeah, because I think it's like a family trip for Cass. So, and you know how family trips are.
It's so much
yeah.
family. It's like I want to spare you from as much of it as possible.
I'll be real.
I'm like,
It's Southern family, so like I'll be fine. Like if
it's true, yeah.
I'm not sure. Like I remember the
You
rest
with
of
it.
you guys don't know Anthony, but Anthony is one of the people I
Oh,
went to college with. And his family is from Morg's the only one who will get this, fucking Spartanburg.
No.
And I was like, stop.
No.
Yeah, fucking Spartanburg.
Fucking
Like
Spartanburg. Fucking Spartanburg. Oh my god. I hate that
but
shithole city.
he was like so worried. I stayed with him and like his aunt, and he was like so scared about like me meeting his aunt because he was like, my aunt is like so weird. And I met her, and I was like, this is every fucking like female English teacher and church lady I've ever met. Like this is like a so quintessentially South Carolinian woman, and he was like, I hope everything was okay. Like, I know she can be a bit much, and I was like, girl, this is fucking easy mode. Like, this is every Sunday for like the past 20 years of my life. Truly, like, this is nostalgic, really.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Really?
no, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. But
You're
I just think that was
obviously
really funny.
you are more than welcome. There's just like particular family members that are like, it's not even them being like Southern. I'm like, they're just weird.
Yeah.
But that comes with the territory, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm selfish. I just want to hang out with Hub. I want Hub and I to hang out. I'm selfish.
No, I get that. I'm also sharing this to also say like I get weird family. There is like a family member who I hadn't had contact with in like a decade who just showed up at my high school one day, and to be like,
What?
What?
yeah,
Was this the governor's school that they showed
yeah.
up at?
This was my senior year. It was because of the senior
my
exhibition,
God.
and no one in
Oh.
my family had given them any sort of like a thing, and it wasn't even like the actual exhibition day, so they just showed up, like, to be like, I'm here to see your art, and I was like,
That
I
is
actually,
so crazy.
yeah, I had to like go into like the dorms and like flag down like the like faculty to be like, there's like a security issue, please help. Can someone help, please?
Get them out. Get them away from me.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think like anything's gonna happen, but I just need you to not let them follow me into the dorms, and you probably shouldn't let them into like any building if they try and wander in. I'm just letting you know that there's someone who's
Oh,
trying to like
God.
wander into buildings here.
Okay. Yeah.
That's insane.
I'm nodding.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't be nodding.
It's a long story for another day. Most of my family's really chill. I would say a lot of them are like everyone that's gonna be on this trip is like good people. It's my mom's side. So they're pretty chill. It's not like the Italian family members on my dad's side that are super petty and passive aggressive. But again, neither here nor there. They're just very like I guess it's like normie. So it's like I have a cousin that's like she's such a millennial and she makes a bunch of like, you know, Tumblr ass jokes, and my sisters who like like it's normie energy. So don't expect, you know, a family full of cool people like me. Anyway.
The coolest, of course.
But we'll work something out. I definitely do want to like at least see you on the drive back because my uncle is not going to be there to like have such a strict, because it's my uncle that kind of like organizes the trip, and so he has a very very like strict schedule as far as like when we leave, the amount of stops that we make, when